My name is Erica Lorraine Spencer, and I remain subject to state surveillance and terrorism by the state of California that is operating a malicious targeting system which is referred to as federal group stalking and monitoring via communication devices. And it is in violation of federal stalking statute 18 U.S.C. sections 2261A subsections 1 and 2. My website and podcast serve the public good by publishing evidence of the public entity's ceaseless engagement in a pattern of conduct intended to stalk and monitor via communication devices, surveil, harass, and terrorize an American citizen in concert with the people of the state of California. Documentation serves the lawful purposes of wide exposure, federal prosecution, and influencing federal legislation with policies specifically designed to punish, dismantle, and disincentivize an unprecedented targeting system by a public entity that acts in concert with the people of the state in order to criminally place under surveillance and terrorize an American citizen, which is a matter of public corruption in the state of California. See thepatternofconduct.wordpress.com.
8YXY655, 8FOE148, 6MHH676, 8JLB803. UPS crossing path, hovering in a large commercial-sized plane, hovering right over in relevant position while you see the fake sun at 7:54 a.m. 8MVA659 as I am leaving the property of the Ontario Museum of History and Arts, which is not possible. It's not going to be present over the Ontario Museum of History and Arts at 9:49 a.m. Obviously, 7NHM930. You're seeing the same pattern as you see Amazon Prime, you see Southwest Airlines, and today you see UPS. It's the same entity, 5NQC563. That is stalking. That's engaging in surveillance. That's engaging in terrorism. And not only are they not landing, you're not landing on Emporia. That's why they're hovering. 5YEF458, as though you're landing. No, you're not. You're stalking, and they're doing it in the specific environment. That's what you're paying attention to. And the entity doing this, by the way, like I stated, when I was not anywhere near an airport, okay, when I was living in my vehicle in Pomona on Valley, the entity was stalking via airplanes and helicopters. When I was living in my apartment in Upland, California, before I was aware of it, the entity was stalking by airplanes and helicopters, which I captured. You can hear audibly on May 23rd, 2018. This is a staple of the pattern of conduct. And you're talking about what is, regardless of landing or not, I'm just letting you know these are demons that engage in this pattern that's been documented for years. 8DCU045. The entity is landing or not landing. It's not landing while it's hovering at the Ontario Museum. It's not. All right. But let me be clear. The entity is engaging in conduct at the Ontario airport. It's not any form. I'm going to prosecute the Ontario airport state facilitating venue. 8MLR278, where state surveillance is underway. And that same demonic activity you see while those demons are crossing paths on Euclid Avenue under what is a fake sun. That is advanced beyond 435 South Bondview, unlike on March 14, 2022, where it did not advance west over that building to be anywhere over Hope Boulevard Transit or Euclid. It stayed right there over that building, over me, which you can clearly see in hours of documentation, video after video. But you have what is directed light that's on the ground, and that's supposed to be a form of what sunlight. It's not. It's an unintelligent form. Just breaking that down for you. And you have what is the fake sun that's right over me and moving as I move, okay? So you have what is the ongoing directed light. That's exactly what you saw the demons demonstrating for you at the Ontario airport. It is that same system of surveillance. All right, Ryder is present, engaging in terrorism with B&G Plaza under the fake sun. Ryder's license plate 70101Z1. Ryder is present, creating light activity at Andy's Burgers. At the same venue where Vitco Foods and Puritan Bakery are present at Andy's Burgers. This is where Ryder is engaging in what is formed for stalking in the path. And this is where Ryder is nothing other than a communication of hostility using a commercial vehicle to communicate that. And this is the venue of the B&G Plaza right now at 7:58 a.m. The ignition of the Ryder vehicle immediately stops as I take a picture of the truck. Now, again, this is audible activity. So you're dealing with the demonic, but the sound of what sounds as the ignition immediately stops as I take a picture. That's called stalking with audible activity, and nobody is visibly operating that truck. That's demonic. The environment is demonic. I just want to document that. Brian's Automotive engaging in the pattern of conduct 7HAP079. Let me show you what is the presence of Amazon at their property. This is how demons are engaging in the malicious P.O.C. while they're under the fake sun and indirect light. All right, license 52193P1. An Amazon that's here getting worked on at Brian's Automotive where the P.O.C. is underway, license 95999A3. Directed light at Brian's Automotive while this demon 8CJD478 crosses path. 7YUD002, 41071G3. (8EBK837, 7CCS957, 7238-4H1, and it's currently 7:59 a.m. Group stalking at the stoplight at Ontario Town Square Townhomes. This is a means of monitoring, maintaining presence. The entity also controls the lights as and I don't mean controlling as a means of ordinary traffic. I mean controlling it with regard to the demonic behavioral patterns, stalking with activity, the immediacy of the pattern of conduct as the people engage in it under the guise of what is just going or stopping based on traffic lights. License 8EMW998. It's 8 a.m. A minion you can see immediately stops at the bus stop where it says no parking anytime. That's a demon that's stopping in order to maintain light as I cross the street and document that other third party. It's the white Mercedes. You can see it. They're stalking in the path. Oh, you already know this by the environment. Okay, they're all under fake sun. But I'm showing you what is indeed the stalking by what are the demon possessed who engage in an identical behavioral pattern. See, 8JL014, 8LJ014, substantially similar. It looks like it's driven by an African-American female. And I did capture her image, the image of the vehicle. But the vehicle makes a U-turn at 3-Star Janitorial and drives in the opposite direction after stopping to put on her hazards at the bus stop, which is relevant positioning. I just want to point that out. All right, it's currently 8:01 a.m. And this is P.O.C. Enterprise Rental Car Crossing Path. And the use of the commercial actors, those engaging in commercial stalking. This is Amazon Prime being at a third-party facilitating venue. And this is just the presence of the logo. Let me be clear. This is how demons communicate hostility. Oh, no one's driving. It's just an Amazon vehicle present at the venue under the fake sun, where no one's in the driver's seat. We're not making any delivery of packages. We're not, in other words, engaging in monitoring you. Brian's Automotive is monitoring you, and the presence of that logo is there. 7ZYR467, 60849G2. 8BHL385. Let me be clear. You document what is the, first of all, the people of the state, period, at a facilitating venue such as Brian's Automotive, Directed Light, and the fake sun. This is a malicious intent, 6D09682, by demons. These are demons engaging in this pattern of conduct, and it is in no way changing what is going to be the method of documentation and prosecution. And it's also speaking to another method of engaging in the same exact impermissible threat while you're monitoring documentation. All right, and while you have what is the use of such brands that are documented and having Ryder deliver food to Andy's Burgers, 35107X2, 8SIR721, Caltrans, that's a state actor, license 1540D, can't see the rest of that license plate. They're crossing path going west on Hope Boulevard at 8:03 a.m. And the fake sun is not only is it not over the museum, again, obviously this is the case when I move, the fake sun is also not positioned over the B&G Plaza, because I am not standing over there at the B&G Plaza, okay? So let me show you this on video. Alrighty, showing what is UPS, what is Southwest Airlines. You see them hovering over the buildings, and they're doing so migrating based on my position as well, and you're also seeing them doing that under the fake sun. License 8MS7, oh, I can't really see that one, but that is 1-800-986-6785 is the phone number for this commercial actor providing tree service. They're monitoring. Their group stalking with Southwest Airlines, who's hovering by plane 6XUE208, 6UFH924. They're as thirsty as that commercial actor. They're demons the same, monitoring together. All right, and doing so under what is the light source. And I want to document what is Omnitrans arriving at. Well, let me take a picture of this because Omnitrans, let me take a picture of this because Omnitrans is at the bus stop and did not cross path on Hope Boulevard, okay? Did not drive by me right here in front while they are arriving already at the bus stop of the B&G Plaza. They did not drive right by me, in front of me, past the 3-star janitorial, which is the path that they would take on Hope Boulevard to get to that bus stop. I just want to document that, and I took a picture. 8RNV853, and I was capturing video of Southwest Airlines hovering over. All right, there was no bus that is present that is crossing path. I just want to document that, and that is speaking to what is the ongoing conduct of stalking and surveillance 4TK53S2, I believe, by commercial actors such as Omnitrans. They know exactly who I am, and you already know this by their acts of harassment. These are demons that can't even control themselves and act like they're not stalking. 7MQF134, 5YVM947 act like they're not stalking and mad about the fact that I'm documenting them. They can't even act like it. If you're not engaging in P.O.C, you don't even know what I'm talking about. You're not concerned about it. You're certainly not hostile for some unfounded basis and trying to make up policies when I'm in public and I can document whatever the hell I want to document. That is, again, bus looks like 1331, taking off, proceeding eastbound on Hope Boulevard and not driving on Hope Boulevard to get to that bus stop. That's P.O.C. 8NWL417, 15450T2, 2250536, I believe. And it's 8:09 a.m. Nonetheless, you have what is the presence of the light source that is also not over the S.I.I.S liquor, as is the case when I'm at that bus stop, getting on that bus and the fake sun is in movement. It's not moving down east down Hope Boulevard with that bus. Omnitrans isn't some special means of transportation where the light source is appearing visible through their windows as they're driving anywhere, as I've shown you, Route 61 and Route 66, by the way, and also Route 83. And Route 87. The entity is engaging in what is stalking with the fake sun, and that's why that light source remains stationary while that Omnitrans bus is driving where the fake sun is behind that bus. It's not in front over the S.I.I.S liquor while it's at the bus stop. It's over the middle of the street as I'm showing you in video. It's relative to me, which is what I'm subject to while on that bus. Those demons operating that bus, those buses, those demons getting on and off of those buses, those demons driving all around in traffic while I'm on the bus are monitoring. All right, license 6PVG 869, 6BNA 016, primary care license 6310372, I believe. License 8CPZ 956, 8N49 688, 9ADT 871, 5HGF 926, 6ZLV 173. And why does Omnitrans engage in that conduct, by the way? Not only because they're stalkers, but because they're fearful of documentation. All right, so this is why you don't want to have a bus ride. First of all, because when you're molesting and you don't want me to document you. And second of all, you're talking about also trying to obstruct justice with regard to, and you'll go to federal prison for that. You're talking about obstructing the ability of an ordinary targeted individual to document the government who is threatening your life. All of the petty nonsense that these demons engage in, it's not small. It's very major, and you're going to federal prison for that. And why are they doing this? Let me paint the big picture for you. Because they know that I'm documenting and avoiding a bus ride, not showing up, taking a detour in order to avoid crossing path, which I took a picture of that. You see the bus that's there, did not drive on Hope Boulevard to get there. Okay, took a back street and turned, and then bam, it's at the bus stop. So I took a picture of that. 8NBV580. You're talking about what is engaging in wanting to avoid picking me up while I get on the bus, and I document these minions. I'll document that as well. And you are talking about what is reaching into a company. You're not hiding behind anything. You will be going to federal prison. So like I said, it's currently 8:12 a.m. And the location where I'm capturing this video is the same location where I showed you on March 13, 2022, under daylight savings time. The fake sun is present over my head at 3:55 p.m. And this is the circumstance where the demons providing documentation against all of them that live at Metro 102 apartments on Lemon in Ontario, California are monitoring. That's amplified audible activity of a demon who cannot sing. 5KKT364, and let me be clear, it's only a method of audible activity. It's amplification, it's demonic, and it is serving for monitoring. All right, this is what they're using while I'm standing nearest the Metro 102 apartments. It is currently 8:12 a.m. Seven HUV 427. What you really want to pay attention to, 8VLR 419. What you really want to pay attention to is that video that I captured at 7:52, I believe, in the morning. And you're looking at that directed light while those demons are driving north on Euclid Avenue. You see where that fake sun is right there over me, and you see where I'm at on Hope Boulevard. That's grand movement of that light source. 7ZER 967. Very precise to where I'm at. That's what you're paying attention to. You're looking at that random placement, inexplicable placement of directed light. That's speaking to what Ryder is going to be prosecuted for. 7VXU 590. The Ontario Fire Department 6LKX 617. The Sheriff's Department 113 5367, I believe. That is license 1133567, the Sheriff's Department, 7635182. That is, I took a picture of that so you can see the Sheriff's Department. That is a demon that is stalking, and doing so, going to the same venue where the fake sun, the pattern of conduct is underway, and they're engaged in the P.O.C. while they're going to the county building where the fake sun remains over me. That's why I'm able to capture it at 4 o'clock in the evening. And that is the Sheriff's Department. That is indeed a demon that is monitoring and stalking, doing so with the county at the county's office, which is a state facilitating venue. Want to be clear, there is absolutely no forum. The ongoing maintenance of what is state surveillance is underway, while the Sheriff's Department, as I've shown you earlier, I've documented them before, and they are engaging in what is crossing a path with knowledge of my presence here. All right, you're stalking. You're not engaging in any business. It's legally irrelevant what you want to call yourself while you're stalking in the path and engaging in the pattern of conduct. All right, and so it's 8:14 a.m. See, 7:58 a.m. and 8:18 a.m. I'm just documenting what is Route 61 for the times of departure of the Omnitrans buses. 8:18 a.m. is the next one. But you have what is the entity, again, engaging in the pattern of conduct with knowledge of who I am, while Omnitrans is nothing but a business, engaging in state surveillance and having the foreknowledge of where I'm at as they are running a bus route. This is why I document, for example, when I'm walking down the street, and when I'm documenting for hours, right? I walk down the street and no bus crosses path. Oh, they're monitoring. 8KOJ 394. They know that I'm walking down the street. They don't want me getting on the bus to monitor, or excuse me, to document. 66311V2. 7TQL 290. It is a method of targeting and harassment. And it is directly relevant to the pattern of conduct that Omnitrans is engaging in. And you can also document while they're monitoring me, while they're not even crossing path on the street. I'm documenting them while they're also not crossing path on the street pursuant to what is a published schedule. All right, while they're engaging in criminal conduct that's relevant to what is their acts of harassment and targeting. So, like I said, and I've been documenting that for years. It's 8:15 a.m. 3-star janitorial, as you see this directed light just placed on the inside of their parking garage. 3-star janitorial is a surface where these demons are running directed light across it. 8528, hold on, 85288R2. And it's the same with the San Bernardino Sheriff's Department. 012338, I can't really see that one, but that's Matheson Oil Company. That's a demon driving that vehicle. Directed light while Matheson Oil Company is crossing path. That's terrorism by Matheson Oil Company. 8KPF 964. 314 FLW, that's Oregon. 7VBJ 565. Demons crossing path. And let me point something out. The San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department is monitoring while demons are engaging in this act of directed light across 3-star janitorial, while directed light is appearing inside of the parking garage of 3-star janitorial, while the fake sun is over the street of Hope Boulevard, while demons are crossing path with this directed light. License 8VKS279, and they're listening to every word that I'm documenting about them. But I'm documenting not only speaking to the Sheriff's Department that they're diseased, they are plagued, infected with demon possession, and they're going to federal prison for engaging in multiple acts of kidnapping by an entity while surveillance is underway. It was the entity engaging in obstruction of justice, and they are present demonstrating demon possession, by the way. Under the fake sun are the demon possessed, and that includes the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department in the state of California. They are criminals. They are demons in positions that they are awaiting to be removed from. necessarily neutralizing the threat that they pose to the public. License 8TTJ806. They are literally criminals, as their criminal conduct has been documented, but they're not just criminals, they are demon possessed while they're engaging in a satanic targeting system. 07505F2. Engaging in what is surveillance with Omnitrans, who is engaging in the pattern of conduct that I continuously document, and with law enforcement, as I've documented as well. 7TZT242, including the courts, a part of the same demon-possessed population. License plate 85814R1, 8NVZ920. 8SKE142, 8NJM446, 8DJR871, 6ZHG998, 4TTX296, I believe, 8BKA963, 5XMT821, 7VYE862, TSEDSTT, 70371J3, 83058W1, that's Suppose You Drive, 8YTJ967, 73867R2. And it's currently, by the way, 8:18 a.m. License plate 6S38003. The people of the state maintaining presence at the bus stop. You see this old man with the plaid shirt on and the cap with the dark pants and the white tennis shoes. He's monitoring. And doing so with the entity while this directed light. Like I said, these demons are engaging as one. This is stalking the path, just like you see the minion at the museum sitting on the side of the road while you see that directed light. They're stalking, and they're doing so. This is what the people of the state are doing on a constant basis. Okay, so it's currently 8:19 a.m. and I captured the image of that minion. License 6PXA523, 6AND667. I'm sorry, 6ARD647. License 8THA996. Rider crossing path again, 6BJP058 in a different rider vehicle, 7CPC776. And this Omnitrans vehicle driving on Holt, the one going eastbound, did not drive on Holt to cross path, by the way.
Route 61.
It is currently 8:20 a.m. Let's see, on bus number 1329. And the fake sun moves as the bus that I am on moves. All right, never being over B&G Plaza, by the way. 6HDH971, and I read 7CPC776. They're group stalking at the red light at Hull and Euclid Avenue. 55107H1, and this is bus number 1329. And the license plate 7VZT567. SJC217. By the way, SENSATIONAL crossing path as well. They were engaging in crossing path going eastbound on Holt Boulevard, the same exact conduct, directed light, and I've documented them engaging in molestation with directed light, engaging in what is this demonic conduct, which is criminal, and doing so representing a company, SENSATIONAL. Reference my documentation on December 8, 2021, where I also documented a Walmart again. After the August 14, 2020, I've documented Walmart many times, and this venue that has kept the fake sun for the duration of the day. On December 8, 2021, I documented Walmart as well, with the fake sun over that venue, which is, again, not coinciding with being present from, you're talking about 10 o'clock in the morning, I documented Fontana Lewis Library, and it's setting at 6:30 p.m., which is a matter of published documentation, yet again, that I published. All right, even before daylight savings time, documentation of what is showing the presence of the light source every hour of the day that I'm present in Fontana, from essentially business hours of 10 a.m. until after sunset, and the entity keeping a fake sun over me. That is a pattern, and it's an impossibility. That's not the sun that will remain present over a building, over my head, over the roof, all right, and then keep in alignment with me while you're over me at that building, as I'm then walking to the Fontana Metrolink train station, right? And you're also paying attention to the patterns. The fake sun's not over the B&G Plaza. Because I did not go to the B&G Plaza, it's hovering directly over that roof while I'm there at that venue, standing on the sidewalk on the opposite side of the street. And then it moves to be in alignment with the bus that I get on, and it didn't do that while it's that Route 61 bus that I took a picture of, then drives off as it magically appears at that bus stop, not crossing path on Holt Boulevard. The entity is engaging in what is stalking with the light source, which is what is ongoing right now, while Omnitrans engages in what is monitoring and aware of the fact, anticipating documentation on its venue, which is the public transportation. That's what they are. They're a venue. And they are engaging in that pattern of conduct with knowledge of the fact that they're being documented. And it is the same while Amazon Prime is at Brian's Automotive. It is the same while Ryder is at Andy's Burgers. They're all facilitating venues and use of those same logos. Okay. It is currently 8:23 a.m. It is 8:24 a.m. Excuse me. Sorry. Route 61 going eastbound now is driving on Holt Boulevard. Again, not doing so while I'm standing at the bus stop. It is 8:25 a.m. And the fake sun's going in the opposite direction. By opposite direction, meaning it's going west on Holt Boulevard to keep in alignment with me on the bus. Not going past the Shiro's Liquor, going toward campus, going toward what is Bondview, going toward what is Vineyard and the Ontario Airport. And why? Because I'm going in this direction. 8LTR928 is stalking as well. 8FEJ395 is stalking, and they're demons that are stalking at what is Holt Boulevard and Mountain Avenue.
And wear your mask while on the bus. Learn more at omnitrans.org.
JBY 443. GXC 382. WSR 773. Pinsky crossing path 47345B1. Pinsky's license plate 4149K. I'm sorry, 9PK, and that is a Virginia license plate. License 8ZU326, I believe. It's substantially similar. It's 8:27 a.m. Five 262C3 053X1, I believe. Handicap, but I can't really see that one. 72059A1. Four 26664C2. FE 424 1130539 053XV handicap. That's the correct license plate. ZBL 466 A5. Oh, I can't really see that one. It's a large tow truck. I can't see the license plate. It is 8:29 a.m.
is 8:29 a.m. on Hope Boulevard, which turns into Holt Avenue in Pomona. Going eastbound on Hope Boulevard right now, passing what is Central. The light source is moving to remain in alignment with the bus going in this direction. I've already documented this January 27, 2022. It's nothing new. Daylight savings time does not change it. The entity is speaking to and the entity is engaging in what is documentation that is relevant at all times of year. All I'm doing is using the rules that apply that we recognize with regards to this supposed light source. That is not the sun under all circumstances, as I'm documenting it. It is 8:30 a.m. 6UQL 885. Already capturing video at 8:30 in the morning, showing you what is the presence of the fake sun going westbound on the bus of Omnitrans, which is the pattern of stalking with the fake sun. That is, first of all, it's not remaining stationary over the Ontario Museum of History and Arts, as is the case as I remain there, which I showed you at 9:49 a.m. as of late. And also, what is later in the day after 1:30 in the afternoon, as I am at that property, which I showed you on January 13, 2022. Not January 13th, excuse me, March 6, 2022, and also March 13th, 2022. The light source is moving over the bus as it's going westbound. 72359M2. It's crossing path with the rest of these demons, including all the company names. U.S.C. Southwest Airlines, that is hovering, engaging in a perpetual hovering like they're taking off forever. No, they're not. They're stalking in the path. You see the fake sun over me. And that is exactly the ongoing specific environment, while you see Southwest Airlines, which is taking on the form of preparing to, and I'm just providing, you can argue whatever you're flying. Oh, they're engaging in ongoing flights hovering throughout the city of Ontario, or they're engaging in to prepare for landing at what is the nearest airport, the Ontario. You can provide whatever narrative you want. You're looking at the environment. They're present in relevant positioning, engaging in what is demonic pacing under that fake sun that remains over me and in directed light, while they're monitoring documentation. All right, I'm at Mills Avenue and Hope Boulevard in what is the city of Pomona. The fake sun remains directly over me, and the light source is not over the Ontario airport. All right, that's not the sun anyway, as I documented, and that wasn't even sunlight, while those demons at that state facilitating venue revealed that there is no exception and there is no avoiding a federal prosecution on behalf of the government for surveillance. And that's why the fake sun is moving in this direction, which is west, in perfect alignment with me over the vehicle that I'm on, above me through the window that I'm showing you, okay? This is the pattern of conduct. It's 8:34 a.m. 7TJZ 942. 8PW. I can't really see that. A group stalking in the parking lot of the swap meet. They're just sitting in their vehicles. They're group stalking while the bus drives by. This is Indian Hill Boulevard. The indoor swap meet, they're maintaining presence in the parking lot. 7CVP 668. City of Pomona, license 1429218, group stalking. United Rentals, crossing path, US.899748, and their license plate is 6473632. Group stalking at it's called the Village at Indian Hill. This is a venue where they're maintaining presence. And with regard to what is a venue, the entity is present everywhere. This is how you're identifying the people who are stalking, maintaining presence. There is no individualization. A venue is where you are subject to being documented and you're present on behalf of the state. It is 8:35 a.m. Pomona Unified School District, the fake sun remaining over me while the pattern of conduct is underway. Pomona Unified School District is engaged in the P.O.C, the facilitating venue. Puritan Bakery, crossing path again.
Eastern Avenue.
And let me show you the infamous Holt Avenue and 6ZHY408, 30634Y1, 5BZW965, 6YSC324, TRNSOUT, 8LYX765, 7L366S1,
Town Avenue.
32363W2. That's F&H Tire
Stop
Company.
requested. If possible,
7FWC042.
please reach the
847. 847. Favor cruzar la puerta trasera.
6XOE 702 8MG. All right, okay, let's see that. It's 8:40 a.m. and I did capture video at the intersection of East End Avenue and Holt Avenue, which I captured again in that video. I want to reiterate what I was stating in order to correctly state it with regard to what is daylight savings time and what I captured January 27, 2022 before daylight savings time, which is again relevant for what is just applying an hour, and it is equally impossible. I'm going on what is, first of all, the polar opposite direction of what the state is doing with the fake sun day in and day out, as I'm showing you at different times. 8EVU144, 8XQ, I can't even say that one. So the entity is, first of all, there's that, and the entity is keeping the fake sun over the bus, as you see it directly over me through the window, necessarily moving. In order to do that, which is not remaining present over the Ontario Museum, in order to be captured over my head as I captured video at 9:49 a.m. just the other day, okay? Where it is that I remain stationary is where the fake sun is, which is not over my head behind me in the city of Pomona while I'm standing on the grounds of the museum. But bigger picture, as I'm capturing this video at East End Avenue and Holt Avenue, because we're into Pomona now, I am referencing what is daylight savings time, which I am capturing it now. So at 8:37, for example, which is while this video is in progress, this is daylight savings time. So that would be setting forward the clocks an hour is what we've done. So that would be 7:37 in the morning. Whereas on January 27, 2022, 8:48 in the morning is where I'm capturing that. And that is relevant to what is the maintenance over me in the same position over an hour before. And it is also speaking to what is the ongoing conflicts that exist with regard to the entity engaging in that maintenance of that light source at that time in that manner with regard to my documented presence and the venues where the light source is maintaining presence over me while I'm not anywhere in the city of Pomona, not headed toward Pomona. I engaged in going to Pomona as an anomaly, leaving from Starbucks. And this is January 2022 as I documented. And I did this on January 27th and January 30th, 2022, before daylight saving time. So that I want to correctly state the times that I'm referencing: daylight savings time versus ordinary time, where we have not set, where we set our clocks back, and versus where we set our clocks forward. And so that is different with regard to what is, again, the documentation that I already published. And it's impossible under all circumstances. 8FRB 859. That's a demon crossing path at what is the Jack in the Box at 100 Holt Avenue in Pomona, California, where the fake sun is right here over me. And this is 8:42 a.m. 7:42 a.m. If you are not incorporating daylight savings time, which is referencing my documentation that already exists. Whereas again, at this time, on January 27th, 2022, I was not on the bus at 7:42 a.m. I did not get on until 8:35 in the morning. 8NCR 130, where the fake sun remained where I came from, on Holt Boulevard in the city of Ontario. And at 8:48 a.m., the entity is keeping the fake sun over me at that same intersection where the East End Avenue and Holt Avenue is in Pomona. All right, and that's what I was stating in the video. So I want to make sure I correctly state that, make sure it's not confusing. It's 8:43 a.m. Alrighty, this bus is being driven by, excuse me? No, there was a wallet on the seat.
Somebody else probably stole it.
I was just letting you know. I didn't know whose it was. Anyway, that's a minion that's monitoring. The bus is being driven by employee number 3754. This is a female, dark brunette hair. Bus number 1329, license 1404973. If this is P.O.C, it's 8:47 a.m. And as I pointed out in that video, as I'm arriving at the Pomona Regional Transit Center, you're going to recall documentation. There's more, but I'm just giving you a specific example. At 8:49 a.m., I'm showing you what is employee number 3016, who was arriving Route 61 at the Ontario bus stop at B&G Plaza. And the light source is directly over the Shiro's Liquor. And this is at 8:49 a.m. as I'm getting on the bus. It is 8:46 a.m. as I am arriving in Pomona. So I'm speaking to what is, again, the documentation where you're seeing the light source that is necessarily advancing in order as you're seeing it move across the buildings while the bus is moving. This is definitely a moving light source. There is no change in the perception with regard to distance. It's not over the center of the street in between Plum and Holt Boulevard anymore in Ontario. It's directly over the bus as I'm showing you outside of the window over me, and doing it again both. Not only did I document this January 27th and January 30th, different different times of the day before daylight savings time. But referencing January 27th, 2022 specifically, you're talking about what is the entity engaging in this same presence at a different time. This is earlier than the case because you're talking about what is taken away an hour. That was 7:37. I documented the fake sun at Euclid, not Euclid, at East End Avenue and Holt Avenue in Pomona at 8:48 a.m. And that is a very heavily published time that I used as examples all over the place. And the entity engaging in this daylight savings time is nothing other than us forwarding our clocks an hour, and it still remains relevant with regard to the placement of this light source and where that light source is captured as it remains directly over my head, okay? So the entity is engaging in this conduct, which coexists with directed light as well, which is speaking to maintenance of a fake sun. The entity is stalking directly, as I'm showing you, which is the pattern in that environment, and doing so via the people and the state as it acts directly. And I want to be clear, the entity is keeping the light source over the Pomona Regional Transit Center and doing so at 8:49 a.m. where the fake sun is captured, as you see in video. And the light source, which is March 18, 2022, if I recollect correctly. And this is employee number 3016 as he pulls up. And as he pulls up the B&G Plaza specifically. And the light source is right over the Shiro's Liquor. The light source didn't even appear over the Shiro's Liquor because I didn't go there today. All right, I walked through the B&G Plaza. I documented Amazon Prime, Ryder, Brian's Automotive, Andy's Burgers, the B&G Plaza in general. But I did not walk to that portion of the sidewalk. I walked across the street and went to the bus stop on the opposite side, as opposed to where I ordinarily go, which is to that B&G Plaza, remaining on that, that side of the street or whatever. And you're seeing what the entity does with the fake sun based on where I'm at. All right, and you're seeing what the entity does with directed light based on where I'm at. It's the same thing that the people of the state are doing based on where I'm at, stalking, okay? It's 8:50 a.m., and this is the maintenance of the light source over the Pomona Regional Transit Center. As I show you as I arrive, you're looking at that light source. That's not only is it not the sun, as that's going to be present over the Ontario Museum at 9:49 a.m., as I just documented the other day, but you're talking about what is the light source that is remaining over in Pomona, all right, following en route to this Pomona. You're looking at the light source as the bus makes a turn. The fake sun is making a turn. It's turning, and you're necessarily doing that in order to maintain that precise location above me through the window. All right, and I want to be clear, you're witnessing the demon possessed. This is the demonic, that personification of that stalker is seen through the very light source. It's seen through the directed light. It's seen through the people of the state who stalk in all the ways I've shown you that they're stalkers, stalking in bathroom stalls, and what they're doing is all of it is revealed, every single last ounce of it. While you are present inside of a private space, you're a sex offender that's stalking and doing so on behalf of a government. All right. So anyway, it's currently 8:51 a.m. And if you recall yesterday, I am en route to what is the Fontana Metrolink train station. And the entity is maintaining a fake sun over me. I want to be clear, that's not coexisting at the same time, going in both directions. And this is the case where I'm in Fontana, remaining in Fontana, and there's documentation that already exists where the entity was keeping a fake sun all day long over the Ontario Town Square. Documentation already exists where the entity is keeping a fake sun over, for example, Walmart all day long, or keeping the fake sun over the Upland Public Library all day long. And at multiple times of the day when I'm not, for example, at a venue for a majority of the day, perhaps I'm in transit, moving around, the entity is keeping a light source in direct conflict with that. But all over the place at these same venues or passing over these venues throughout the entirety of a day. This is the maintenance while maintaining central presence directly over me at the beginning of the day, in alignment, and at the end of the day. All right, that is targeting and that you are witnessing through the environment. And it's currently 8:52 a.m. right now. Alrighty, showing you what is the fake sun, 1389109. This is an African-American male. This is a black-faced minion, okay, engaging and targeting another African-American if you want to break it down into race, because it has nothing to do with race. And he's doing so with law enforcement, the Pomona Police Department, driving Foothill Transit, incorporation of a company engaged in surveillance and terrorism, 1389109, bus F2159, and this has nothing to do with Black Lives Matter. This is demonic, and it is criminal while demonic activity is underway. And that's what I just documented right now at 8:52 a.m., and I use that time as an example for you, where I'm reminding you about what I'm doing in Fontana yesterday, and while I'm, on the bus of Omnitrans en route to Fontana, and the fake sun is remaining over. So I want to show you some demonic activity right now. Alrighty, license plate. Documenting the feds engaging in, and the feds, I'm identifying what is the United States Postal Service. engaging in interstate stalking. 1613521, they're doing so with the Pomona Police Department. They're doing so with the people of the state. All right, the minions that are maintaining positioning at this train station / bus stop area in Pomona. All right, I'm giving you what is a close-up of this minion representing the federal government, monitoring with law enforcement, whose license plate you can also see in that video. And you're looking at the fake sun that's right over my head, and it is not over any street in Fontana while it's right here over me as you see it remain over me while I'm on this bus en route to Pomona, okay? And so this minion that you're looking at, the federal government, the United States Postal Service, that is monitoring you in plain sight, wearing nothing other than a mailman's uniform, all right? Engaging in what is demonic activity, surrounding you with it, while necessarily keeping you ignorant of the environment that you are surrounded by. That's what telling you about climate change is about. The entity is engaging in demonic pacing, this ritualistic stalking conduct while they're in engineered light, all right? And this is a freak weirdo that is wearing a police uniform. And really, this is actually a demon-possessed stalker. You're stalking in that specific environment, you're engaging in monitoring, and you are have this ongoing impulses. What the demon-possessed do, they want to pace back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth in engineered light. Now, in order to appropriate that and not look like the freak weirdos that they are, you're talking about doing it as a group, and doing it in ways that appear, oh, I'm walking to my motorcycle, I gotta go back, I forgot something. On the bus, what are they doing? Oh, I have a question. Oh, I forgot my bag. Let me go back and get my bag. And oh, and let me ask you one more question. And are you sure? Oh my goodness, let me go get this. They're pacing. Okay, they're pacing. And if they are saying anything, which they likely are, it's nothing but audible activity. You're looking at the environment and you're looking at the conduct, and it is always the exact same. Demons are not in any way clever. Okay, it is entirely demented. They are freak weirdos who want to hide the fact that they're freak weirdos. They're trying to hide it. Those are demons hiding behind headlights. Those are not headlights that you see. Those are not headlights that they're touching me with. They are maintaining presence, and that's the predator that at nightfall is tracking my every steps, knows exactly where I am at, and is surrounding with light, making sure that they are always touching with light, making sure that they are surrounding with light on the surfaces all around. That's the impossible light that you see inside of the depths of the parking lot of the 3-star janitorial, just inexplicable light on the surface. Where's that coming from? It's not even coming from what is the presence of the fake sun. It's just light that's just appearing. It's demonic. It is the conduct. You are witnessing what is the presence of the demon-possessed. And this is what they're doing. It's not headlights that they are surrounding with. This is demonic activity. The demon-possessed engage in manifesting light. The demon-possessed do so in all different manners, whatever their position is using it. So I want to be clear. This is what I documented. That's just as an aside, giving you some additional context. This is why you have what is not possibly the sun over me at the Pomona Regional Transit Center, where the demons of the Pomona Police Department are engaging in surveillance, sitting inside of that waiting room while directed light, and a fake sun is over me. You are talking about what is revealing the demon possession of that police department. It's not separate. All right, and they are under what is the fake sun, okay? They're engaging in criminal conduct and monitoring documentation while doing so. That's an impermissible threat. License 1613521, the federal government, the United States Postal Service, has been heavily documented engaging in that same conduct. That's exactly what I documented while showing you a close-up image of what is nothing other than a demon. That's a demon that is wearing a United States Postal Service uniform, stalking in the path. And what is this demon hiding behind? A USPS uniform. Okay? Hiding behind it. Hiding, and by hiding, I mean looking to appear as ordinary, innocuous, unassuming, while they are engaging in what is entirely demented, doing it in concert with law enforcement, doing it in concert with everyone around you. It is what is demonic activity that is criminalized. It's interstate stalking by the demon-possessed population. And that specific environment remains while you want to engage in delivering mail. License 8FAJ140. Los Angeles County Sheriff, stalking in the path. And you are stalking in the path while I am in Pomona and the fake sun is over me. You do not have any sense of belonging, or I work here, or I was here first. That's not what's going on. That's what group stalking is. It exists as a system everywhere that you are going, and you are identified as that stalker, and you are not avoiding that. It is actually known that you are specifically in that environment for that ongoing maintenance of presence, which is demonic. Terrorism. This is Los Angeles County Sheriff. All of them. Let me show you these demons. 8BET413, touching with directed light, which moves across the storefronts. The pattern of conduct as you're seeing it at the transit center does not stop with what I'm showing you, the demons of the sheriff's department who were engaging in what is surveillance inside of that little coffee shop. All right, they were monitoring the entire time they're of that same condition. License 6UT 2221, I believe. Can't see that, but that's private security. They're monitoring with the Sheriff's Department. I got their license plate. I want to get the SUV's license plate. All they did was go to the parking lot right behind, which remains a relevant position to the same Pomona Regional Transit Center. That is license 1381982. License 78MH137, 7RRP121. Private security. License plate 6TFE221, I believe. 6TFE221. Yeah, that's correct. 10514J3. 6XGB410. MAUI 9. 7ZBZ479. 8DTB418. 7ANE098. 8DST281. 8TGR599. 6UFX006. 5TFD708. 8CSX008. 8ULN799. 5FBX918. 5XRU578. C 6DTC100, and that is the entity stalking via aircraft. This minion sitting in their vehicle monitoring. That is again 6UFW006. Alrighty, I had to capture that video real quick so you could see Los Angeles Sheriff's Department and the people of the state, the third party who you see in his vehicle. He's sitting in directed light. Directed light surrounds his vehicle. Impossible light activity. All right, that's the engineered light that's on the ground. This is a demon, first of all. And second of all, this demon is monitoring. Third of all, this demon is monitoring with law enforcement who you see in their vehicles pacing. They're pacing, using their vehicles as light activity creation while they are driving out. They are in relevant position, repeatedly crossing paths while they are driving out in more than one vehicle that is patrolling. They are doing so in directed light, engaging in demonic patrolling conduct, which is achieving monitoring with this third party. This is documentation of what is facilitation of that criminal system with the people of the state, while Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department is being documented engaging in that. Under what is the fake sun that's directly over my head as I'm capturing this at 9:07. Do you remember where I'm at 9:07? I am on Euclid Avenue in Ontario. This is just the latest example. I remain at what is on the bus, and the same demons that are the Ontario Fire Department engaging in criminal summoning this morning, sounding their sirens at 7:41 a.m. The entity is driving by while I'm on that bus, which I capture, and you see the directed light beside them. I described this already. And I'm on the bus. This is March 15, 2022. And at 9:10 a.m., that bus is taking off. And by taking off, it is not going toward Pomona. It went what is to Fontana, where you are looking at the light source that is not in the window of any bus going in that direction, while it is remaining in the window of my bus going to Pomona in the opposite direction, which is west. But that's what I captured this morning. Why? Because the entity is engaging in what is demonic. It's impossible. This impossibility, it is synonymous with what is, I'm revealing to you, the demonic. Okay? It is not possible with regard to what the entity is doing with this light source. And it is, this ongoing demonic environment is present while Los Angeles Sheriff's Department is present. Also, Los Angeles Sheriff's Department present under that impossible certain circumstance of what is the environment, while also you have directed light. Directed light on the buildings where they're located, in the parking lot where they're located, around a minion who's group stalking in that parking lot where they are located, where the entity is hovering over me, flying right next to the fake sun that would otherwise set it on fire if that was the actual sun. But it's not, because it's over Shiro's Liquor, as I'm showing you days before at the exact same time. That's not the presence over B&G Plaza. It's right over my head in the parking lot in the city of Pomona, Los Angeles County. And that's exactly what you're looking at. And that's the stalking of the entity by aircraft. And you're also paying attention. The entity does this as I begin documenting heavily, especially third parties. All right. So you have what is UPS that immediately is present. They're always stalking. And what do you hear? The entity engages in creating more activity while I start documenting. That's not a coincidence. And it's also facilitation. It's also incriminating. Not that I need it, because I already have them surrounded with evidence, but the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department. 8BSX139, 7JEU268, 8LBR312, 8FQG233, 7HXE384, 6HUD594, 8SLS740, 686321T2, 78VG191, 5RZU271, 5EDB419, list of the audible activity. All these third parties that I'm identifying are monitoring. 5NMS761, 8WKL326, 6 P.O.C 426, 6 FFK 521. Let me show you the fake sun over this venue. Taking an image of what is the fake sun right here over me, where you're hearing plane engines as though, where are they taking off from in Pomona? Oh, there. No. That's called amplification. They're stalking in airplanes. Okay? You're talking about what is in every way conceding. You are flying so low that your plane engines are heard, and you are engaging in what is the maintenance of that ongoing pattern, where I am in a different county, Los Angeles County, and you're also looking at what is the fake sun. That's that same environment. 6JJY625. All right, this demon that you see in video, 6JJY625, license 8 U.S.C 304, 5 RZU 271. 5L34425, 21390H1, 8SO2016, 18695F2, in case I didn't read those. Just want to be clear. And I'm showing you what is, I'm reading license plates, and what you're looking at, I just captured video of what is being surrounded with engineered light, directed light. The presence of demons all around, okay? Los Angeles County Fire Department crossing path, 76463T2, 7N53907. And every single license plate represents a third party in the, as the people of the state of California. I am being surrounded with engineered light. The fake sun is over my head. The entity is hovering in airplanes, sounding amplified audible activity of airplanes, and engaging in criminal summoning, sounding sirens while you're surrounded by that engineered light. That's all manner of terrorism, by the way. It's entirely demonic, and it is serving a criminal purpose. Every single last one of those license plates. You are in no way, you have no legal argument, and you are present on behalf of that entity, which, by the way, I also documented that minion who's in the red Pontiac is stalking while my shadow is just inexplicably appearing on the wall beside me in the shade. That's a demon, and she's a stalker, and she represents the people of the state who do not have a legal argument. But even if that demon wasn't captured with my lens on my camera, the people of the state are documented as I read their license plates. The directed light, the fake sun, the entity stalking by law enforcement, it's occurring because you remain subject on a ceaseless basis. And you document any and everything that you can. License 8ZXK517, 7XTZ102, 8MUA097, 8MQL384, 5TGT718, 9ABF596, 8GMT491, 5WPB646, 6ZRG198, BZU645, that's Minnesota, 8KUK148, 8PNW862, 8KRC465. HUNTDWN. 6XTZ102. All right, license. You got FedEx in the parking lot under the fake sun. 054290Z1, 5DQB901, 90917S2, 6ZBT952, FDC820, Minnesota. BF94T59, paper. 5TYG337, 5EWC723, 8NFG293, 8GLB467, 7BFG102, 7JWT784. FedEx creating light activity 50646F1, and I captured that minion's image while he is present to engage. He is representing the company FedEx, and this is a demon stalking in the path, and doing so using a commercial vehicle to create light activity. This is how those companies such as FedEx, United States Postal Service, UPS, this is how they engage in facilitation, and that is speaking to what is massive facilitation, and that's an ongoing threat also while they're monitoring their documentation, and FedEx and those companies are going to be prosecuted for that. 7ULJ916. Alrighty, only thing that's going to be being delivered is going to be a massive federal prosecution for FedEx. 6SPZ289, 8EKE523. And let me show you the fake sun where they are engaging in. Alrighty, that is right here over me where FedEx is stalking in the path with light activity, which is the demonic behavioral pattern by nothing other than a commercial actor, same condition, same criminal facilitation. Demons are pacing all around, monitoring with communication devices as FedEx creates that demonic method of light activity. BN69B06 paper 8YEL134 8KUH 658 2413C handicap 6YOX 309 7WYX 237 United States Postal Service vehicle 7206591 7YVB 742 8YEH 055 7CMS 080 8FYF 912 6EHE 208 7HQV 994 6NIN 069 E20 3306. I think I read those already. 8KWJ 603 7FPN 229 1A 662 PJ, Idaho, and 7THLOVR. Yeah, 5SCV 155, I read that one already. Alrighty, you see FedEx entering into UPS. They are monitoring with UPS. I'm going to show you this menu. Hello.
Hello.
Alrighty, documenting that is the third party operating that vehicle of FedEx, engaging in facilitation with the people, monitoring with UPS, a third party facilitating venue, monitoring with Minion 8UNU623, 7YVB 742 is monitoring while that light activity by FedEx is ongoing. Okay, 5E43836. You ship him out of the country if he's not even natural born. He's out here monitoring. You're unworthy to be here, Minion. It is 9:24 a.m. and he's doing so with FedEx. I want to be clear, using a commercial logo, not using a commercial logo. It is the same criminal conduct. You're talking about what is draining the pockets of those commercial actors who engage in state surveillance and facilitating it, and it's demonic. While they're doing so, this is terrorism by companies who want to make a buck in this country while placing you under surveillance. It is 9:24 a.m. Excuse me. Hi, I just want to get your name. You're Ernesto Serrano? Okay. That is Ernesto Serrano. While the Minions are surrounding the 5F4836, I believe. I correctly cited it the first time. Surrounding with the Minions whose license plate, they're all in the middle of the parking lot creating lights surrounding while you see Ernesto Serrano. He's also monitoring with communication device. They all are surrounding with their vehicles. These are demons doing that. And I captured that image. This is demonic activity that you were looking at. All right, you're talking about what are the methods of maintaining presence and facilitating that environment, and they are all under the fake sun that is in Pomona, California today over my head. Okay, it's never in Pomona when I'm documenting 10 a.m. until 6:30 p.m. At the Fontana Lewis Library, for example. All right, license plate 8SSN913 8JXU724 7BKV128 7MYL825 8RIB191 8SEL272. Okay, and Ernesto Serrano, he represents what is the people of the state engaging in that ongoing pattern of conduct, and the people of the state that are monitoring with him, surrounding in that parking lot area right there where you see the 3 cars and from all directions they're surrounding, using their vehicles as a means of light activity. That's criminal summoning by Los Angeles County Fire. Let me show you the fake sun right over my head. I'll take a picture of it. Alrighty, right here where I stand beside license 8JXU724. This is a Minion that is monitoring with the Los Angeles County Fire Department. It is also facilitation, the state facilitating venue of the Pomona City Hall is right across the street. And again, while practicing law subject to this surveillance system, as I would go to the Pomona courthouse, all right, and the entity was doing this exact same thing, maintaining a fake sun over me, including the people of the state as I was representing them as clients. Let me tell you something. They forfeited what is the attorney-client privilege while they were engaging in criminal conduct, monitoring me on behalf of an entity, while I was representing them on behalf of the law offices of Michael Bialis, as I would go to the courthouses and subject to this sexually violent and predatory pattern of conduct. Subject to this while I was practicing as an attorney, unbeknownst to me, this pattern of conduct was underway at state facilitating venue, the Pomona Courthouse, what I'm documenting them doing right now. Okay, so like I said, I've already documented them, 7KO9114. You're talking about what are facts that are catching up to what is being published right now, what the entity has been doing for years. Okay, so I want to make sure that this is where I'm at. This is Mission Boulevard and Gary Avenue, where Los Angeles Fire Department sounding sirens, that's criminal summoning. 6ZMX948, where FedEx, a company that knows exactly who I am, stalking in the path under the fake sun, is engaging in facilitation with the people of the state. This is exactly what they were doing as I was practicing law, leaving Upland, California, and beginning to practice on behalf of the law offices of Michael Bialis. And I would go to tons of courthouses, including the Pomona Courthouse, where I was subject to this surveillance system. Alrighty, and the people of the state who were posing as clients of mine were monitoring. Everything that is communicated between myself and them is a matter of public information. You are thereby forfeiting your attorney-client privilege. You have no privacy. I will be prosecuting the people of the state that engaged in monitoring me in that manner. 0537QC, Florida 8SZY142, 5RJF598, 8YQE942, 7WNC580, 8RNE995, 8HHH801, 8PLH912, 7CSD803, 7ZUH325, 7BFX615, 7PMC266, hey, I didn't read that one, 7VOH604, 7PVJ132, 73489S2. That's Rush Truck Centers. They're monitoring. 6D266T2. 7BWD384. 8WNS964. 8VFY476. 4NIV912. Foothill Transit, license 1327917, bus F1713, 7GWM296, 6SYG306, 6LSP625, 8TSC536, 7SXU091, 6BMA536, 13183F3. All of them demons crossing path. 504273, 8WZH506, 8CO1497, and 5SCV155. That demon's license plate I already read, and she's touching with directed light as she drives out of the driveway, tracking my steps, knowing exactly where I am. 7YWV479, 6ZXF485, MEIFANG, and it's 9:30 a.m. 7CSS056, 7NDJ803, 8DWZ967. Alrighty, I think I got all these license plates. Minnesota, and you can see in video, first of all, I'm referencing what is 9:30 a.m. and on March 16th. This is just another example. First of all, I remain at the Ontario Museum of History and Arts as of late, where I documented on Sunday, 9:49 a.m. It is 9:33 a.m. The fake sun is over me while I'm here across the street from the Pomona City Hall, where I'm in the parking lot. I'm showing you what is the fake sun remaining over me. Not remaining over, by the way, the Pomona Regional Transit Center. Okay, and why? Because I moved. And also, it's in the city of Pomona, which is impossible while it's over the Ontario Museum of History and Art, not just over the museum, over the portion that I sit on or remain situated at that Ontario Museum. Oh, no, not today. It's remaining directly over me in the city of Pomona while you're listening to ongoing criminal acts by the Los Angeles Fire Department, repeatedly engaging in what is criminal summoning, which is facilitation. All right, and the entity engaging in what is the maintenance of this light source, and you're remembering what is over my head in the city of Upland, for example, at 9:30, and you're looking at what is FedEx, a company engaging what is stalking in the path with light activity, and doing so under the fake sun that on that day is remaining over McDonald's in the city of Upland at 100 East Foothill Boulevard, as I am facing east, showing you that fake sun that is over that McDonald's. This is the sound of what our demons, who are literally losing self-control as they have lost, and I'm going to prosecute them. It is currently 9:34 a.m. This is P.O.C. What is your guys' address here?
Good question. No, you
This
find out
is
really quick.
Kristen. Kristen is monitoring. They have directed light moving across the menu inside of here.
Here's 101 North Gary.
101 North Gary?
North Gary.
Okay, thank you. They're monitoring inside of North Gary and Starbucks. Directed light moving across the walls while minions are maintaining presence inside of the Starbucks. Thank you, Gary, or Christian. It is 9:35 a.m. Alrighty, Securitas is in relevant position, monitoring with the demons inside of Starbucks. You see the fake sun right over me. I am at the Starbucks that is located at 106 Gary Avenue. Fake sun right over me inside while you see the minions stalking in relevant positioning. In doing so while you see Foothill Transit. Directed light is being aimed inside of the venue while I'm standing inside of that Starbucks in the city of Pomona, which is Los Angeles County. All right, the minion that is monitoring, I'm gonna get this demon's license plate if I didn't already read it. She's stalking inside of a Starbucks. She's not acting by herself. She's monitoring with the rest of these minions. And doing so, and I had to capture video of what is a fake sun over me inside of the Starbucks in Pomona, California. It is currently 9:38 a.m. 6SPZ 289. And that is on video. You see the feds enter inside of the venue as well. The feds being the United States Postal Service. Yeah, that's 8JIV338. This is the minion you see group stalking inside of Starbucks, which is the pattern of conduct by the people of the state. Going into what is your neighborhood cafe. This is exactly what 706 West Holt Boulevard is engaging in. By the way, my documentation is showing what is my presence remaining in Ontario at that venue at this time. That is not coexisting while it's directly over me inside of this Starbucks in Pomona, California. While Foothill Transit, a demon is driving in the street and directed light is being concentrated into the venue across the minion. They are minions, but across the menus while I'm looking at the menu in order to look to see if I want to order something. That's the demonic conduct that focusing on, and that's how concentrated the demon possessed are. And so this is why I'm also reminding you about what the audible activity of these psychopaths that are stalking me. Okay, when you're talking about trying to insult me and you're stalking, everything about what you're doing is about me. Everything you're doing is about me. Your entire fake universe is centered on me. And I'm referencing the demon, employee number 3675, who is monitoring and stalking at the Fontana Metrolink train station. And I'm documenting this while she is under the fake sun and trying to insult me because that demon is mad because I'm going to prosecute her. I'm going to prosecute her. All right, because you're talking about what is necessary uniform policy. The entity engaging in all manner of stalking, as I'm showing you, this is terrorism. The ordinary target individual engaging in this, subject to this sort of system by demons who engage in this sort of obsessive stalking conduct, hovering around in airplanes, hovering around in any method of presence, law enforcement included, fire departments. They're all demon possessed, the same condition, and they're in a specific environment, which is impossible to coexist. That's terrorism in and of itself. And then while they're monitoring the ordinary target individual's documentation, you're talking about what is engaging in more of that conduct. You will go to federal prison and you will not get out. You're understanding what is that unlawful threat of psychopaths. Psychopaths. When your shadow is appearing just inexplicably on a wall beside you, that's terrorism. Okay, you're talking about light that's just appearing out of nowhere. Where the hell is this light coming from? All right, while demons are standing all around looking the opposite direction like they're oblivious to what's going on. That's a psychopath. And they're all engaging in that psychopath conduct together, stalking. 8VZX518. That is terrorism of an unprecedented level, okay? Terrorism that's never been addressed under federal law. And that's exactly what I'm handling. 5TYG337, 7G40544, absolute psychopaths. Psychopaths, okay? This is Satan in operation over a people. There is nothing persuasive under the fake sun or in directed light or while the entity is literally providing documentation to prosecute you, and I'm referencing the people of the state in all of the manifestations that the people of the state take. Company vehicles and using what is their public establishment, their business, wherever they're working, wherever you are present to engage in the pattern of, because that's all you're doing, and that's all that's legally relevant, and that is what is controlling the pattern of conduct, the environment that you're in, which the government is monitoring in. So you claiming that you're at work and that you've been at work is absolutely irrelevant to what will be your prosecution. It is not a legal argument. You do not have any way to address it. Ignorance is not even, it's not even plausible. But like I said, it's not relevant. It's not getting out of what is a threat to the life. The government is doing it through the people. And not only that, I've shown you what are the psychopaths that are the people. They're demon possessed. Okay, this demon is sitting in her vehicle while directed light is all over her car and on the sidewalk, and my shadow is appearing just out of nowhere. This psychopath, this is Satan. That is Satan, and that's a stalker who's monitoring. In the background, you hear sirens. She's monitoring. She's stalking. Okay? License 5MDX949. And pacing with this other demon on the side. This is the same driveway where this other demon is touching with directed light. They're not separate from that ongoing P.O.C. And the fake sun is over me. 7G40544. And so, like I was stating, the entity is keeping the fake sun over me while I'm just the other day, I'm remaining at the Starbucks at 706 West Hall Boulevard in Ontario, California. Remember, at 9:50 a.m. is when I'm on the bus going, approaching the B&G Plaza, where again, another day of the fake sun is not over B&G Plaza yet because I didn't go there. Okay? That's why. And that's why it's passing over the B&G Plaza as I'm on the bus getting on, just now starting the route to Fontana, which is documented. The fake sun is remaining over me going to Fontana. All right? And then it's remaining over me while I'm in Fontana. All right? So like I said, 7LHD605. This is an ongoing pattern of conduct, which is insurmountable. All right, and this is speaking to what has been ongoing for years, and it is all relevant to what is the establishment of necessary policy. All right, you're going to bind these demons. It is criminal. The demonic activity that they're engaging in is criminal. It's serving a criminal purpose. It's serving, while that criminal system is underway, it is an ongoing threat to the life of an American citizen. No American citizen has any First Amendment basis. You have no argument. There is nothing that you could say. First of all, the population is revealed. You need to understand demonic activity is real. This is for your own education in your life. But with regard to prosecuting, with regard to that prosecution of that demon-possessed entity, that's the criminalization of demonic activity. They're monitoring you. They're keeping you under surveillance. All right. The Los Angeles Fire Department, 144-1445, 65 Battalion, BC65 is on the back of that Los Angeles Fire Department vehicle. License 7JGK521. Los Angeles Fire Department engaging in, as you're listening on my podcast and in videos, repeatedly engaging in criminal summoning. That's federal charge after federal charge after federal charge. While that's obstruction of justice while they are engaging in federal group stalking and monitoring. Understand that, okay? So it is 9:44 a.m. This is P.O.C. The fake sun is over me at Gary. This is inside of the 101 West Mission Promenade. 5HHL 583. 4SOE 723. It's 9:45 a.m. 7DTV 351. T73089, 7KDN 692, 8WJT 913, 6SSA 960, 7ZGK 304. Oh, I don't think that's 7XAJ 869. It's 9:46 a.m. Directed light on the grounds of the state facilitating venue of the Pomona City Hall. It's demonic activity, demon possession of every single last one of them in there. That's what you need to understand. All right, this is revealing a demon-possessed population, and all of that, everything that is part of that P.O.C. is underway. Demons walking around the building, demons working at that venue, demons engaging in what is arriving at them, maintaining presence at that venue, having no other tie to it. 8CMH466, 8XIJ574, 7HBG106, 8J67084, 5SFM469, 7JHW824, 7ZHZ239. Demons crossing paths at the Pomona City Hall. Okay, the Pomona City Hall is located at 505 South Gary. And I'm showing you what are the puppets of Satan at that state facilitating venue, the Pomona City Hall, where the fake sun is directly over the building as I'm standing on the sidewalk in front of it, which is an impossibility. It's 9:47 a.m. If you recall my documentation, March 14, 2022, where am I? 435 South Bonneview in Ontario. 7MPB619. Where am I also on March 16, 2022? This is during daylight savings time. Where am I? Oh, I can answer that question. I never ask a question that I don't already know the answer to. I am speaking to for you to be cognizant and remember where I'm at, and it's not coexisting at the same time. 8UUU962. Paying attention to my documentation. License 1591944, vehicle 25542. Crossing path inside of the state facilitating venue of the Pomona City Hall. Where am I at on March 16th? I am in the city of Upland, and I'm in the parking lot of the 99-cent store, where 6SSA960 is group stalking right here at the Pomona City Hall parking lot under the fake sun. That's a demon that knows exactly who I am and is engaging in surveillance while the demons sounding sirens are creating audible activity for this demon to monitor with. It's 9:48 a.m. and this demon is anticipating my capturing video, and I will go ahead and satiate that. Alrighty, capturing video for you so you can see what is, well, it's for your own informational purposes, but it's for the prosecution. I'm going to prosecute this entire state. And the entity is keeping the fake sun over me, as you recall my documentation, where I am remaining at in the city of Upland on March 16th. At this time, 9:49 a.m., I'm at the Upland Village inside of the parking lot, and that is the 99-cent store. Before I go in, and I remain inside until after 10 o'clock, and then I walk to the Upland Public Library. And at 10:24 a.m., I capture video in front of 933 2nd Avenue in Upland, California. That's exactly where I am. That's exactly where the fake sun is. That's exactly where the fake sun remains over me as I go to the Upland Public Library, which is documented as well. 7TXS434, that pattern is documented of keeping a fake sun over me wherever it is that I remain for the day. 8BWT116, 6TMF505, LABRON, 6PHR095, MYTEGOD, 7EQE200. City of Pomona, 1129076. And I captured this fake sun directly over me at the state facilitating venue of the Pomona City Hall and the Pomona Courthouse, which again, the entity is engaging in the maintenance of that light source over me in direct conflict with nature. And 6SSA960 is captured on video engaging in what is posing an impermissible threat. That very engagement in what is determination, that's what that is. You're monitoring the documentation and you're a demon. And you are monitoring at what is the state facilitating venue under the fake sun, all of that evidence. You're talking about what is you're going to federal prison for that. The government is using the people of the state. The people of the state exercising that determination to stalk on behalf of the government. You're going to go to federal prison for that determination. 8J, you're determined to go to federal prison, determined to lose your freedom while you are violating the freedom of another. 8JUW660 crossing path 8VMJ981. And that is, again, you are speaking to what is the nature of the crime. They're monitoring with communication devices. They're demon possessed entity. So you're talking about on both levels, knowledge of what you're doing and what you're saying, by the way. You're dealing with Satan. And this is the criminalization of demonic activity. That demonic activity is speaking to what is surveillance that you're subject to. The entity is stalking with in relevant position as an entity on behalf of the state while monitoring you with communication devices. It is interstate stalking. And 1563328, that is, again, the vehicle. Oh, no, that's a different vehicle, but it's another California exempt. This is probably City of Pomona. Vehicle 81682. I don't see the logo, but it's California exempt, and it's very much likely a vehicle of the municipality. This municipality is engaging in state surveillance, and Ontario has provided what is the template for that. Demonic activity is underway inside of the Ontario City Hall. You're talking about the entity engaging in what is the outward form of normal society, of that which is supposedly lawful, until you get down to what is their condition and the ongoing system of surveillance that exists in this country, which is an unspoken system, and it's entirely unlawful. Not only that, it's demented and it's inhumane. It is unconstitutional, and it is the heights of hypocrisy as you are documenting it everywhere. Everywhere. There is no exception. This is demon possession as I'm revealing it in the city of Pomona. Those demons are inside of the city hall. They're inside of the courthouse. They're driving all around traffic, driving in sheriff's vehicles, driving in police vehicles, or driving on police motorcycles rather, and maintaining presence inside of every venue. That's why the fake centers remain. There is no exception. 7Y59009, 8TKH391, 8LJH428. And these are the same demons engaging in what is the pattern of conduct of stalking in bathrooms, molesting with directed light. This is the same exact entity. It does not stay within the bounds of Ontario and Fontana. Okay, it's not San Bernardino County's P.O.C. This is speaking to, by virtue of my presence, you're looking at the fake sun that is not possibly over me and over me at the same time in the parking lot of the 99-cent store in Upland, California. This is revealing what is a pattern of conduct that is throughout the state of California. And that's only because I'm in the state of California. It is beyond the state of California. I'm going to just tell you that right now. But like I said, I'm documenting the government. This is state conduct, and I will keep it to what is the state of California. But this is demonic activity. This is Satan is present through the environment around you, regardless of what state that you're in, regardless of what is the name of the state that you are in. And you're talking about what is understanding that environment that is around you. This is revealing demonic activity, the presence of Satan itself, and the criminalization of that demonic activity that surrounds you. It is a violation of your constitutional rights in this country. Okay, it is interstate stalking, and it is that which is engaged in by the government itself through the people of the state. All right, so 8UUZ 367, 7JVU 492, 7VZA 256. It's 9:56 a.m. California exempt license 1129074, 1183984. That's California exempt. California exempt 1557416. This is City of Pomona. 8RIJ 742. 8. I read that one already. WM dumpster 7651-4H3 waste management. That's what that is. WM waste management. These are all California exempt. 1231202, 1166117, 8 BMH 966, 7 RBZ 517, 8 WHL 713, 6 HGD 479, 7 THD 066, 8 JUW 660. 7 ZAJ 405, 8Y 39829, 6 BVG 060, U108YO, 8 LMH 028, 7 MPJ 824, BAD KT, and I think I read that one, 5Y 59009. All right, you see this Asian female that's getting out of license plate 8JUW660, engaging in prolonged surveillance, sitting in her vehicle under the fake sun. This is that ongoing determination. You ship those out of the country if she's not even a natural-born citizen, while she's in here at the City Hall, a state facilitating venue. All right, engaging in criminal activity with those at the state facilitating venue. Let me tell you something. Those attorneys that are right now in court cases, those are demons. They're monitoring with communication devices. They're not consumed in a legal case. They know exactly where I am. That's why the fake sun is here. You need to understand that. All right. This is the fallacy of free society. This is the fallacy of going on about your business. Everyone's concerned. Nobody's this is an entire stage. All right. The light source, the environment is telling you the truth of what is underway and the truth of what is that focus. And that third party is group stalking in the parking lot and remaining present the entire time. I read her license plate a while ago. I'm walking through. I'm remaining present. I'm going through some analysis for you. She is stalking in the parking lot the entire time, keeping her foot on the brake. That's a brake light, stalking the path with light. Fake sun is over my head. You hear her honk her horn and she gets out, especially as I turn around. And these demons are anticipating that I'm going to snap their images. All right. CR75RG. And I'm referencing again, she appears to be an Asian American or Asian female, whatever. These are the type that I'm addressing with regard to those that are not natural born citizens. If that is indeed the case, they are to be deported out of this country. And that is not an if, and may be subject to deportation is going to be a staple in that prosecution with regard to weeding out the demon-possessed population from the state of California. 7WHK367. 8 VMJ 981. And it is currently 9:59 a.m. Interstate stalking, demonic activity, criminal conduct on the grounds of what is the courthouse, supposed to be the place of achieving justice, reaching justice, seeking out justice. Criminal conduct, the total antithesis of the entire notion, is underway at the Pomona courthouse. And this is also what I was subject to unbeknownst to me as I was practicing law and arriving at this courthouse, which is nothing other than a state facilitating venue. And that's why the fake sun is over me at 10 o'clock in the morning. This is P.O.C. Alrighty, showing you video of what is the fake sun that remains directly over my head while you're looking at what are the psychopaths that are the people of the state. Guess what? The psychopaths posing as attorneys, and I say posing because they're demons that are engaging in surveillance while they are present in the form of relevant positioning at the courthouse, which is the state facilitating venue. And that is not over my head in Upland, California, anywhere. But that's what I captured on another day when I don't come anywhere near Pomona, California, where, by the way, the fake sun is remaining. For example, yesterday I'm at 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm on the property of the Fontana Lewis Library. And the entity is keeping the fake sun, as I've already documented, after 6 o'clock in the evening at that same property. But you have, as I go in the morning, west of the city of Ontario, San Bernardino County, into Los Angeles County, the fake sun is present where it is not even setting in this, the light source is not even present in the city to engage in what is arriving and setting while I'm capturing it setting in alignment to me inside of Shiro's Liquor on January 23rd, 2022, while I'm capturing it setting in alignment to me inside of the Fontana Lewis Library at 5:41 p.m. over the same venue, where I'm present at 10 o'clock in the morning, where I am at the Fontana Metrolink train station at 6:09 p.m. And it's remaining in San Bernardino County. But in the morning when I'm coming to Los Angeles County, which is, again, west of the city of Ontario in San Bernardino County, the fake sun is right here over my head. There's that vantage point. And then you also have what is the impossibility of that light source being present over my head in that manner and this location where I'm present at the same time and showing it as a matter of documentation in the city of Upland, directly over my head in that parking lot of the Fontana Lewis Library, 10 a.m. 10:02 a.m. The entity is keeping that light source over me. And again, this is speaking to what is the maintenance of that light source, even as if you are speaking to, remember, incorporating daylight savings time. So it is currently 10:02. So taking away an hour, that will be 9:02. 9:02 a.m. I'm remaining at what is the Pomona Regional Transit Center. That is not over the parking lot. That is not over the courtyard area of the Pomona Courthouse. All right, Pomona Police, crossing path, license plate 1509232. You are remembering what is the very precise location of the light source over me. And that is also speaking to what is stalking with the fake sun. Why is it present in Pomona? Because I documented it, that light source that is not coexisting with my presence as I remain at an entirely distinct location. The light source is remaining over me because I remain at the Pomona Regional Transit Center when you are accounting for what is daylight savings time now. 10:02 a.m., which I just captured the video at 10 o'clock. 9:03 a.m. I captured video. And the entity is keeping the light source over me and doing so at the Pomona Regional Transit Center, which you are clearly looking at in that video, where the United States Postal Service, demons, where the Pomona Police Department, demons, are in engineered light, demons, and that fake sun is right over me at that venue. It is not over the City Hall. It's not over the parking lot of the courthouse. I am right now venturing into these locations. 8ARE674 is a demon at the Pomona Courthouse crossing path in a white BMW, all right, and crossing path with demonic light activity, directed light, while she is stalking. Okay, nothing impressive about that. It's a state facilitating venue, the same exact demonic activity. All right, so I want to be clear. It's 10:07 a.m. and this is everything that you are recalling, and that's a matter of what is documentation. All right, and it is speaking to that ongoing demonic activity. And in video, you're looking at what is the evidence of that, and this is speaking to documentation of the entity as I was subject to this system, regardless of while I was practicing law and representing, again, the people of the state, were posing as clients while they were placing me under surveillance with the government. Oh, you forfeited all. You don't have any privacy, and I that's a method of documentation that I maintain, and I will be. I already have it, but you're talking about what is within documentation that I have yet to publish, and this is exactly the criminal system that was underway. All right, so I want to be clear: 92575R2, 7ZLA739, and the fake sun is over this courthouse. The entity is engaging in what is that pattern of conduct that is specific to that demonic activity, while Pomona Police with helicopter 1509232. That's a white woman driving that vehicle while the entity is stalking by a helicopter. Take a listen. That's P.O.C. 8VMJ981 is stalking in the parking lot with light. They've been loitering. In other words, remaining in using their vehicles as light activity while I am remaining in relevant position. And that's the entity flying over by helicopter. The same demons that you see looking about like they're focused on their little grass meeting. They're stalking while the entity is flying over by helicopter, while the fake sun is over me, and doing so while the entity is patrolling, maintaining presence by Pomona Police, and stalking just as these minions are. Okay. What? It is currently 10:08 a.m. 8VMJ981 is sitting with her vehicle in reverse while she is parked inside of the parking lot and remaining stationary while the fake sun is over me and directed light coexists while the state is flying over by helicopter. So I took a close-up image. You could see that demon who is engaging in what is federal stalking and doing so with Pomona police who are in the parking lot of the city hall under the fake sun while the state sounds helicopter activity. That is the P.O.C. It's 10:09 a.m. And this is the pattern of conduct as I come to Los Angeles County today. The entity keeping that fake sun in Pomona while, again, what did I document on March 13th? I remained in the city of Ontario. I remained in the city of Ontario on March 6th as well. On February 27th, again, that's before daylight savings time. It is equally relevant with regard to showing what is the remaining of the light source, and you're just taking away an hour with regard to understanding the same time and the maintenance of that light source, which is impossible to coexist. So it is currently 10:09 a.m. and this is P.O.C. Foothill Transit at Mission and what is this? Mission and Gary? No. Gary's over there. This is I don't see a cross street right here. But this is Mission where I'm next to the courthouse. License 5LYC577. Foothill Transit is license plate 1569106, I believe. I can't really see it. It's bus number F2155. 8VZE229, 8CDT390, 6SBF020, 1459430. All of them are demons alike. First of all, under the fake sun. Second of all, stalking in the path with directed light. The mark of demon possession. And it is shared amongst Pomona police who are stalking in the path. All right, engaging in what is terrorism while the entity creates ongoing amplified helicopter activity. While you hear a psychopath talk about, what? While she's monitoring. They can act like whatever they want. You were talking about what is documenting the pattern of conduct, and you're going to be prosecuted for that. You're witnessing what is a psychopath. That's how the people of the state are engaging in what is terrorism, by the way. Looking left and right is showing what is the threat of the demon-possessed population, whose presence is no longer a secret. License 62082F3. You're talking about what is a delusional psychopath. 8VRU598. 5ERF447, BPX4405, Arizona. 09337H1, 9ACB154, 8KKE789, 8UCP676. UNJ964. Eight SDR 664. 6 UQR 774. 87779 Z2 or 972. 79041K1. That's a demon. License 577443C3. 4NVB771. 7MWF168. SoCal Gas crossing path. 99962M2 crossing path or pacing with Pomona police who drive in the opposite direction. That's pacing. That's what they're all doing, but I want to point out the demonic activity by law enforcement. 7WLW654, 4JVR018, 8PRZ808. MLX506. In case I did not read this demon's license plate, 6ZXF485. And Illinois, DE61997. Yeah, DE61997. Alrighty, showing you what is a demon. Group stalking in their vehicle. Maintaining presence is sitting in their vehicle. You see the fake sun right over them, and the fake sun is no longer over the city hall, by the way. It's moved to this side of the street. As I move to this side of the street, this is the stalker, 8XIJ574. You see sitting in the black Ford coupe. They're maintaining presence. They're stalking the path. 8YTR760. They're driving in directed light in the parking lot. That includes 1563328, vehicle 81682. They're demons that are driving through the directed light that's coming from, supposed to be ricocheting off of 5CUE885. I took a picture of that for you. That's engineered light. And the fake sun, again, remaining over me as I cross the street. So it is not over the Ontario City Hall, the Pomona City Hall, or the inside of the courtyard area, in this right there over me, while I'm in between the courthouse, the Pomona courthouse, and the city hall. It's moving as I move, and these demons are stalking in the path, and they're driving around in directed light. That's literally pacing around those stalkers that are tracking your steps, and they're doing so while directed light remains all around you. This is the demon possessed who are going around, while you document them. That's the psychopath, that's the stalker. V22780, that is Ernesto Serrano of FedEx. That's a demon, that's a stalker. It is 7KYA236. It is currently 10:15 a.m. License plate of handyman service, Sergio's handyman service, license 951218, 8617OW2, in case I didn't read that one. Alrighty, documenting what is bathroom monitoring at Starbucks. You have what is the employee. You'll see her. She's crossing path. First of all, she's chasing into the bathroom. Bathroom monitoring is by UPS as well, walking out, creating light activity while the fake sun is over me. Alrighty, and I'm capturing that. This minion is walking out of what is third-party facilitating venue U.S. Bank at 105 Gary Avenue. UPS license plate is 7576287. All right, I did stop to get video real quick. I wanted to show you, first of all, what's the engineered light that's manifesting in the shade beside this demon that's operating UPS, a vehicle, a commercial vehicle. They are engaging what is bathroom monitoring, creating light activity while I am physically indisposed, engaged in a private activity inside of a private space, inside of third-party facilitating venue Starbucks, where the employee, as you see, is stalking in the bathroom. I step out to get her picture as she's walking out. She tries to break into the venue, the bathroom door, which clearly has signage that says occupied. It's red when it says occupied. I was in there, it was locked, it says occupied. She does this seconds as I enter. I've just entered, there's nobody in the other bathroom room, and she is doing so, creating activity, and then she crosses path and goes into the adjacent bathroom. The entity is amplifying audible activity through the walls, okay? It's the conduct of the demon possessed, all right? So creating noise, and I'm also showing you what is the fake sun that's directly over me while I'm inside of the Starbucks. As I step out, you see the fake sun that is no longer in alignment with being over my head inside of that Starbucks that is facing that side street. It's right over the building where I'm showing you the demon that is operating the UPS vehicle, who is monitoring me while my panties are down inside of the Starbucks restroom in concert with the people of the state, many of whom's license plate I've already read, but you have those that are engaging in patrolling and maintaining presence all around. This is sexual violence by that demon-possessed entity that's engaged in surveillance with the state of California. 7KYA236 is a demon that's touching with directed light. License E203306, that is an out-of-state license plate, 8KWJ603. This demon is engaging in surveillance and moves their vehicle as I begin walking. This is a demon with license 75143S1. This license plate of this demon, license 969H T. Handicap license 5MRG409 1A662PJ. That's Idaho, and I believe I read that one already. But I had to stop and capture that video, so you need to see that. That's documentation by UPS monitoring, engaging in surveillance, sexually violent and predatory surveillance on behalf of a government while of that condition, which is demon possession, which you also see via that directed light and via that fake sun that is remaining over me at 10:23 a.m. and is also not present at the same time over me on Upland at 2nd Avenue at 933 2nd Avenue in Upland, California. California. 7LDX629 is a sex offender. That's a demon that is manifesting light and touching all over my person with that directed light while they are stalking in the path. All right, I want to make sure I document that. They're crossing path right now inside of this parking lot. 5YTP141, 7NFP092. And that is sexual violence that is occurring inside of the Starbucks. This is what Starbucks shall be known for, because this is what Starbucks is doing. And you're understanding what is Starbucks, the brand, documented as the people of the state, as opposed to every single address where I've documented Starbucks. But you're understanding what is a state system. That's why that uniform pattern of conduct, that ongoing impossibility, as I've documented and isolated it to each location of Starbucks, is speaking to what is an ongoing system. All right, directed light, the light source is not over 706 West Hall and at the same time over me in Pomona, California, inside of that star. That's impossible. That's not the case. It's not the actual sun. It's speaking to the existence of a system, and it's not just any system. This is demonic activity that shall be criminalized. It is serving to place you under surveillance. All right, so 7LRJ307, and that is going to be the prosecution for that sexually violent conduct. That includes the people of the state acting via UPS, the people of the state, every facilitating venue inside of, again, this is called the Mission Promenade at 101 West Mission. This every single venue inside, and I also read many of, if not all of the license plates that were in here earlier, and it is 10:27 a.m. Alrighty, this demon that's tracking my steps coming down the street as I begin crossing 6RBZ 907. This is the terrorism by the demon possessed. It is 10:28 a.m. This demon with directed light on the asphalt. Crossing path at what is Thomas and 4th Street. I'll show you the fake sun right here. And as you can see from the seconds in difference between my images that I'm capturing while I'm inside of the Starbucks, and I'm showing you the fake sun right over me while I'm looking out that window inside of Starbucks, and then I step outside and I'm showing you what is the fake sun while I'm showing you the demon that is UPS. That is movement of that light source in real time as I walk out of that Starbucks. And that employee literally is chasing into the bathroom. I walk in, I lock the door, right behind me, jiggling the door, trying to break in. And that is a demon that is creating audible activity. The ordinary target individual has every reasonable basis to fear them attempting to break into the bathroom and violate your person, do whatever it is that actually there is no telling, actually anticipating what this demon-possessed entity that is engaged in obsessive stalking will do while they are posing that threat. 7AVG191, a demon, a fat white male, an operator of a communication device, terrorizing with this demon as well with directed light, 8MEP771. This is the same parking lot where I showed you in the shade, that demon with the red Pontiac and my shadows appearing just inexplicably on the side of the wall. This is where I'm located, and they're crossing path in that venue. 8SLS740. So you have the entity engaging in what is breaking in the bathroom, and this is an employee. They're all monitoring together. You're not ignorant of my presence, and it is a method of activity creation and speaking on behalf, advocating on behalf of the ordinary target individual who has every reasonable basis to be terrorized by that. It is also sexually violent and predatory to do such things inside of that private space while you are engaging in what is surveillance. All right, license 8XXE776. 8CYS237, 8JUD423, 7KCL467, 5NFC338, 6PVP731, 7LLB411, 7NOM361. So this employee follows into the restroom while it clearly says occupied, and also this is an employee that is present running into the running to create activity and then maintaining presence. That's what she's doing, group stalking in the bathroom adjacent to me. And I show you what is in a still image, the light, the fake sun that's right above me while I'm inside of that Starbucks. Burtech Waste Management, license plate 8U71070. This is Burtech engaging in creation of light activity under the fake sun in the same way that they were participating in kidnapping by an entity under the fake sun, monitoring with the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department. License 8BSC958, using that vehicle as a method of light activity in the specific environment. It's facilitation. While you're monitoring, the documentation, and documenting engaging in, as a company, kidnapping by an entity, okay? That is, again, 8U71070, vehicle 1447. Monitoring with Burtech 7SKY076, 5SYN831, 8ZCF270, 5YAL954, 7ETF869, 8DUH741, 8GVZ628, 12861K2, 8NTT415, 7KLU507, 8CZP163, 8JVY931, 6VAK 789, 7EGA 587, 7KVG 659, 8YAV 008, 8XYE 108, 7XHM 039, 8ZYP 824, 8CWP 617, 7CGW 284, 8YDX 543, 7WFR 205, 7WWU 942, 8NJU 369, 7GJJ 041, 8ZMJ 816, 6JVW 231, 8TMV 686, 8MKV 269, 7AQW 129, 8HTY 677, and showing you what is indeed the fake sun hovering right over me in this parking lot in Pomona, California. And you're looking at what is a demon that's crossing path while I'm walking in the parking lot. The fake sun's hovering over the side. 8CEE 380, 8MMR 622, and that image is captured at 10:32 a.m. That is not remaining over as I'm showing you in still images after capturing video at 10:24 a.m. on March 16, 2022, where I'm in Upland, California, walking to the Upland Public Library. And the next video I capture is at 10:50 a.m. showing you the San Bernardino Sheriff's Department and the Upland Police Department under that fake sun that's over 450 North Euclid Avenue in Upland, California, where it remains until the end of the day, aiming directed light inside of that venue as though the sun is over that roof all day long. Well, not when it's over me in Pomona, California. And under no circumstances would that even be the case of the sun remaining over a roof of one address all day long. But I'm also giving you something to juxtapose that with. It's also not occurring when it's over me at the Fontana Lewis Library and remaining there from the 10 o'clock in the morning until after 6:30 p.m. It is 88JH179, 8CEE 380. In case I didn't read those, I think I read those already. What you're listening to in the background is amplified audible activity under what is a fake sun, while the people of the state of California and Los Angeles County are engaging in what is the demonic targeting system on behalf of the state of California. And it's 10:33 a.m. So I'm showing you an image of what is that fake sun hovering over this building. This looks like tenant employee parking for Chase Bank, reserved parking for, let me see. Yeah, this looks like Chase Bank. Reading their license plate, they're monitoring. Western University as well, reserve parking for Western University and Chase Bank, engaging in monitoring. I understand. Also, Pomona, California, this is where I opened up one of my Bank of America accounts. While subject to this pattern of conduct, like I said, you do not have actual privacy. Privacy is a fallacy. Privacy is only existing because you think it exists. All right, you do not have any actual privacy. Your bank accounts, your social security numbers, whatever it is that you're doing with your money, that's not a matter of private information. You're talking about what is an entity that does not want to reveal the fact that it's engaged in surveillance and knows everything. Not just when you're engaging in criminal conduct and then they have probable cause to look into your, no. They are maintaining ongoing knowledge of everything that is going on about you and surrounding you, all of your information. And the Bank of America account that I opened at this very bank right over here adjacent to the Pomona courthouse, doing so while I was subject to this pattern of conduct, everything exchanged in that conversation inside of that facilitating venue, audible activity to monitor me, a violation of my privacy, in violation of existing federal laws with regard to the violation of that privacy, and opening up that bank account and everything that I'm going to do with those bank accounts, including while monitoring me on my communication devices on the venue of the internet, while I'm accessing those accounts, while I'm accessing any funds, everything about that the entity is engaging in, and that's facilitated by the government. 8LAL767, 8GWE946, 8RFR586, 8KJP997, 8CSX571. You got another minion wearing a bright yellow jacket. She's stalking in the path under the fake sun that's remaining hovering over the edge of the building, and doing so while she is monitoring on behalf of the entity. 8ZEE 404, 7VPN 135, and it's 10:35 a.m. $6RWX 466, 8CQY 348, 500HM handicap, 5YPB 142, 5SEF 005, 5TFD 708, 8ULN 799, 5EBX 918, 8XBW938, 8BLW122, 8XBU578, 6DTC100. Molesting is 5Y12280. My shadows appearing on both sides of me. These demons are pacing. 6UBH235. Go on ahead. Go on ahead before I take your picture. It is currently 10:37 a.m. Those are demons that are pacing. While I'm walking under the fake sun, which would create one shadow, I have another enlarged shadow on my opposite side. These are demons that are pacing. They're stalking. 8FBS258. 6VJT180. And that's the people of the state that are going to be prosecuted for what is the impermissible threat. They're acting on behalf of the government, the entities, and you're understanding what is the necessity of the legislation that you're going to bind these demons with. That's exactly why that law is going to surround the demon-possessed entity that's engaging in surveillance and threatening your life while engaging in surveillance with the government. It's 10:37 a.m. (10514J3). I think I read that one. Make sure I read that one. 7YGA466. La vida comienza después de... I can't see the rest of that one, but this is the JP group. This is where the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department were engaging in surveillance in the same way the Pomona Police Department engaging in surveillance inside of the Pomona Amtrak waiting room area. It's a facilitating venue at the intersection of 1st and Main Street. License plate. This demon, no, you go on right ahead. This is license plate, stalking in the path, and then, oh, you want to go ahead? 5VCJ841, 6UBH235, and 8BWT209. This is, oh yeah, Cafecito. This is, looks like 101 Main Street. Yeah. MAMAKRI is a stalker and a demon, a criminal. License 30514D3, driving a pickup truck with DPOA as an acronym on it, dressed as a military personnel with, this is a male, appears to be a Latino male, driving that truck. Let's see. All right, stalking in the path along with the one in the black Tesla. This is a sleeper, maintaining stationary presence, moves as I start taking pictures. This is movement and engineered light. License plate 8NJH147. That's Metrolink, that's facilitation. Alrighty, and I want to make sure I document this venue. I'm going to document them. They're monitoring with Metrolink as well. This is 101 Main Street. La vida comienza después de cafecito. De mi cafecito. That's the name of it, and it's next to a barber shop. Open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. every day. That's audible activity of Union Pacific under the fake sun. That's P.O.C. 8BRK058 is monitoring with Union Pacific. These are the elements of monitoring. K2CCZ71, 8SOA, 888. License 7EGV800, 8B50158, 7CWJ799, 6YOU624. And you are also understanding this is what Union Pacific is doing at the museum, where you see the environment. That's the utilization of a train. Union Pacific engages in interstate commerce while placing another under surveillance. That's the purpose, and that's what Union Pacific is routinely utilized as. All right, and this is the guise under which amplified audible activity throughout the entire city of Ontario, literally, means, which is, again, the amplification is demonic, while the entity uses the train as a guise of surrounding you with audible activity. This is occurring under what is the fake sun that's directly over my head. 8SNM926 is monitoring. License 8USG684. 5JAT166. 8XZX940. 5WTA349. This is Pomona, California, where the fake sun is over me. That's speaking to the criminal conduct of Union Pacific. License, and that's massive facilitation, and those companies are going to be prosecuted for that. 8TLM 135, 6UEM 516. And the vehicle that's driven by the military personnel, he's standing beside a dumpster monitoring. I already read that license plate. He's monitoring while Union Pacific is the means of noise and engineered light. License 7XEW 753. Okay, showing you images of what is the DPOA. This is not military. He's just got a flag on the side while he's in a country, if he's even a natural-born citizen, monitoring American citizen. The acronym is DPOA. He's digging in the trash. He's maintaining presence under the fake sun. And Union Pacific is the guys. There's no guys there. Union Pacific is a criminal, threatening the life, massive facilitation, demons all around in the city of Pomona right now, patrolling all around like cockroaches, and engineered light under this fake sun that's over me, monitoring together. That is absolutely criminal with regard to the Union Pacific. That's just identifying a company name, which shall be prosecuted criminally for that. Okay. In addition to what is civil proceedings, you're draining the pockets of those that are acting on behalf of the government, placing you under surveillance and threatening your life, engaging in what is engaging in the impermissible threat while monitoring your documentation, engaging what is absolutely demented while doing so. It's demonic conduct. Okay. So it's 10:44 a.m. and that is intolerable, a criminal facilitation by such commercial actors. This minion is over here digging in the trash, stalking in the path. These minions are sitting in their vehicles in directed light under the fake sun, stalking in the path, monitoring with Union Pacific. These minions are pacing all around, driving all around the perimeter. And it is facilitation while Union Pacific is the method of noise. And the fake sun is right over my head. It is 10:44 a.m. And that is P.O.C. Again, remember, first of all, I'm already at the, for example, the Fontana Lewis Library. Let me get this demon. License 8TGT813. I'm already at the Fontana Lewis Library at this time. I am walking still to the Upland Public Library, for example, on March 16, 2022. I remain in Ontario on March 13, 2022. But the entity is keeping the fake sun over me in direct conflict with that. It's not coexisting. It's not over my head as I'm walking to the Upland Public Library on the specific street of 2nd Avenue, and then walking on Arrow Highway, and then walking from the side of the Upland City Hall to the venue of the Upland Public Library, where you're looking at that fake sun that's directly over the library. While you're looking, I'm showing you the San Bernardino County, the San Bernardino Sheriff's Department, whose deputy I documented that name and that badge number, and the Upland Police Department. I documented her on more than one occasion. And their entity is engaging in the pattern of conduct while the fake sun is right there over that library. That is not what is coexisting. This is impossible with regard to showing you that pattern of conduct that's underway. That's why that impossibility is coexisting, and you're documenting it in order to show you what is a specific environment that's being maintained for criminal conduct, and it's demonic. License 83335, and that is a, it's not a handicap license plate, but it has like those smaller letters on the side of it, and the normal size characters read 83335, and trying to speed off while they know I'm documenting them. That's a demon. License 7TKP229. Pacing, directed light across the cafe where the sheriff's department were engaged in surveillance. 7TMV687. It's 10:46 a.m. And that was Union Pacific on the Metrolink, on the Amtrak train tracks, where Metrolink maintains a passenger line. Union Pacific does not. You're talking about what is doing nothing other than running a train on the lines in order to maintain activity for criminal conduct. 6EAH 795. The Pomona Police Department are in relevant position while they're doing that. While I was reading the license plates and I was walking up to and I was reading the Spanish name of that cafe, Pomona Police are walking in relevant position in this parking lot area to crossing the path while doing so. The entity is maintaining presence, driving all around on all the side streets at the same time. It's like cockroaches creeping all around. You ever seen actually like a line of ants? How they engage in marching all around, especially when they start smelling food. The entity is engaging in this conduct. The people of the state are doing this while Union Pacific is the form of ongoing amplified, super duper loud, in other words, audible activity under the fake sun. That's the elements. That's the demonic formula. And it's 10:47 a.m. That's exactly what they're doing. And the fake sun is right over my head while Union Pacific is running on the Amtrak train tracks where the entity is using the train tracks that are ordinarily used for the passenger line. Union Pacific is doing nothing other than using them to create audible activity, stalking in the path. That is literally stalking by a train, using the train. That is, I mean, it's the same thing as absurd as, but you document it because that's what the entity is doing, stalking in planes and helicopters. That's how important I am. While a demon wants to try to insult you, Satan can't insult me, you stalking me. You are out of your entire mind, and I'm gonna prosecute you for that. It is currently 10:48 a.m. This is P.O.C. Crossing path, Foothill. 1381910, vehicle F1909, route 291. And route 61, they've got two buses here creating light activity. Bus 1331, license 1404991. And that one is got an African-American female monitoring in relevant position and operates over communication device and is on surveillance cameras of that bus itself, documenting her criminal conduct under the fake sun as I'm documenting the P.O.C. at the Pomona Regional Transit Center. It is also bus 1222. It is Route 61 being driven by an overweight Latino male. This is license 1234515. And it is currently 10:54 a.m. and I did capture video already of what is the fake sun that remains over me at 10:50 a.m. And you'll remember March 16, 2022, the fake sun is remaining over me as I am arriving at the Upland Public Library. And I'm also documenting using the same time, again, this is daylight savings time, of the Fontana Lewis Library, showing you what is an ongoing impossibility. So as I come here under daylight savings time where the Pomona Police Department are engaging in the pattern of conduct, here you go. The Pomona Police Department engaging the pattern of conduct as I remain in Pomona. Thank you. The entity is keeping that light source in alignment over my head at this regional center as I return. All right, you remember the documentation at this venue where the state kept its fake sun over the regional transit center because I remained at the regional transit center. And under all circumstances is an impossibility because when I'm remaining in Ontario every other day, the fake sun is remaining and setting in Ontario. That is what I'm documenting on March 13, 2022. That's the P.O.C. All right. So, like I said, you have what is, as I also reminded you of in the video on at 10:50 a.m. You're remembering before daylight savings time, 9:50 a.m. And I actually happen to be here on January 27, 2022 at 9:50 a.m. And you're going to pay attention to that, the nuance of what the entity is doing with the light source. And it is equally impossible. It is not consistent. You're talking about what is, first of all, you're following with the fake sun. So when I'm documenting the presence of the light source over me, that's what you're going to have. Even as I go to one venue on multiple occasions and document, and that is revealed by what is the maintenance of presence in the same position while I'm in the city and remaining present already in Fontana, in doing so at 10:50 a.m. And this is during daylight savings time. So you're talking about what is heavily documented with regard to 9:50 a.m. as I was using Pomona Regional Transit Center as an ongoing example of showing what is stalking with the fake sun that is not coexisting with remaining over me as I would go to Upland, California, as I would go to Fontana, California, or remain in Ontario all day long on the block of Holt and Euclid Avenue. Okay, the entity is engaging in this P.O.C. and its employee number 3400 is driving the bus. It's 10:56 a.m. and this is P.O.C. and with regard to for an example, okay, so 9:50 a.m. If you want to recall, before daylight savings time, it is equally impossible right now, 10:50 a.m. and this is what I was citing during the video. 9:27 a.m. before daylight savings time. That will be 10:27 a.m. during daylight savings time. 10:27 a.m. I am in Pomona, California today. It's 10:50 a.m. where I'm capturing this video. At 10:27 a.m. or 9:27 a.m., not accounting for daylight savings time, you're talking about what is the fake sun that's over me in Pomona. Excuse me, in Upland, not Pomona, Upland, at the Upland Public Library. I'm sitting on the property at the Veterans Monument, where I'm subject to surveillance. I mean, in direct violation of what these alleged veterans supposedly died for. I'm documenting a criminal system, and I mean, they're trampling, the entity is trampling all over those veterans that they're holding up a monument for while I'm documenting the P.O.C. And the fake sun being over me at that Veterans Monument in Upland, California, where the entity, by the way, keeps the fake sun for the duration of the day while I'm at that property, is impossible with what I am documenting today. Okay, daylight savings time or not, that would be 10:27 a.m. That's not the case while I'm at the Chase Bank, the Western University, the Pomona City Hall, the Pomona Courthouse. Okay, that is the pattern of conduct with regard to stalking with a light source. And so it's currently 10:57 a.m. and the entity is keeping the fake sun there. Now I'm on the bus, keeping that fake sun in the window of the bus, street for street and turn for turn. Okay, it's currently 10:57 a.m. and this is P.O.C. And 7KFD 309, the demon you see in that broke down Focus. There are two overweight minions in that vehicle, in the driver and the passenger seat, maintaining presence and engaging in what is monitoring while I am on the bus. This is the reality of the conduct. Those are demons that know exactly what I'm saying. They are stalking and they're driving beside the bus to engage in the pattern of conduct. And they are engaging in what is an ongoing molestation. Demons are driving by the bus and I'm being touched with, invaded, accosted with what is directed light that's touching on the bus. As you've seen it, I've shown you this tons of times, but you saw it while I'm at the Ontario airport. And that's exactly what they're doing in the city of Pomona. That is a system. First of all, it's impossible that it would ever occur. I'm in Los Angeles County. There is no exception with regard to that. It is demon possession. It is the act of terrorism by the demon possessed who are touching, violating, accosting, engaging in what is essentially a battery to your person, violating your person while they're monitoring you with communication devices. That shall be the prosecution of the perpetual sex offender. All right. And that is speaking to what is a very specific sex offense on behalf of a government while you are of that condition, which is demon possession, while the entity is violating you as they place you under surveillance with communication devices on behalf of that government. And that is speaking to what is the directed light. And so that third party is, again, maintaining presence beside the bus, which is stalking in the path. And this is 11 o'clock where I'm reminding you about my presence at Mercy House at 11 o'clock on March 14, 2022, where I didn't go anywhere. That is an impossibility. The entity is keeping the fake sun over me while I'm traveling to the city of Pomona, where as opposed to what is keeping the fake sun is supposedly rising while I'm at 45 South Bonneview. From essentially 7 to 11 o'clock in the morning, the fake sun is over me, and this is during daylight savings time. And I have provided additional examples since March 14, 2022. The entity keeping the fake sun over me while I'm already at the Fontana Lewis Library at 11 o'clock in the morning over the roof of that venue, where I'm en route to right now, and you've got the fake sun over me on this bus, leaving from the venue of the Pomona Regional Transit Center, leaving from that venue as I walked about and showed you the fake sun over me at the Starbucks, where the sex offender that is UPS, the entity engaging in what is monitoring while my panties are down and the fake sun is over that Starbucks. I'm subject to the conduct of the perpetual sex offender, placing me under surveillance. And that's why that fake sun, that impossibility is occurring at that Starbucks. The entity keeping the fake sun over me while I'm at that Pomona City Hall, while I'm at that Pomona Courthouse, which is, again, revealing what is a criminal system that I remain subject to while practicing law and the people of the state were providing me documentation as their identification because they have waived every attorney-client privilege. There is no privilege there. It was criminal conduct that I was subject to while practicing law, and this same entity was engaging in that pattern of conduct, and I have every so-called client's name, the office that I was working for while they were engaging in that, and that is documentation. All right, and I will be prosecuting the entity based on that as well. It is currently 11:05 a.m. This is P.O.C. Molesting. This is Demon 6JZA315, 6WJX354, and in doing so in concert with the minions that are the people of the state are group stalking on this bus. The people of the state are driving this bus. This demon, whose employee number I read, he's a sex offender who is molesting with these demons who are crossing paths. All right, do not be mistaken about that. It is 11:07 a.m. at the intersection of what is Ramona and Holt Boulevard. (5RMA 108). It's the demon monitoring, touching with a directed light while they cross path. 8WAS 399, the same. 8XHP 794. 7HHW, I can't say one. 7WON 595. 7HHW 839. 8CHZ 318. 7JPT 449. MARKY Heart G. 8VAT 599, excuse me.
It's 11:09 a.m. Eight MNT069, 8 RGM 020, I believe. 6 YUP 239, 8 CQT 142, 8 ADU 432. 5 XBS 689, 6 PTC 204, 63503 S2. Five SOP. I can't really see that one. 7 HBW 743, 2948 4N1, 72198G1, 7948 6X2, 35644Z2, 8NIL 848, 55609T2. That's Pacific Coast Propane, US.1730789. Seven XKY 369. Eight ZNT 336. Six WQW 143, I believe. 7 NWH 54L. 8 TGU 295. Omnitrans vehicle 1432930, vehicle 467. ATGU 295. Yeah, that's the correct plate. Make sure I read that correctly. Let's see, 13394. That is the back license plate on a large truck, which is being carried by, I can't see that.
Give your child a healthy head start. San Bernardino County Preschool Services offers free programs.
Being carried by Ram Express LLC. 74380A is the license plate on Ram Express LLC. It's currently 11:14 11:14 a.m. L1. 7 NSU 554. DODGR 74. Molesting with directed light, and it's 11:17 a.m. This is sitting on the bus and just light just cycling around, touching all over my person, moving around, a light show on the bus. While demons, that is the people of the state that are stalking the path monitoring. And the fake sun is moving over the Starbucks. The Starbucks where it's over me at 8 and 9 o'clock, and I'm showing you the demon that is Jacques. The store manager engaging in criminal summoning. He's going to federal prison as the fake sun is remaining present over me, and it is 11:17 in the morning. That's where the fake sun is, where the Ontario Fire Department is maintaining presence in that parking lot. This is P.O.C. And on that morning, I showed you what was the fake sun that was over me as I was on that bus just now starting to get to Fontana. This is where the fake sun is passing over right now at what is Vine and Hull Boulevard. Right over my head, and there is no point when I'm already at the Fontana Lewis Library, by the way. I'm already there. At what point is the light source capable of being present over my head at the Pomona City Hall when I'm already at the venue? Okay, where I am already at in the city of Fontana at the Fontana Lewis Library, showing you that fake sun directly over that roof. That's exactly what it is. It's a fake sun. At what point is it going to be over the apartment complex where I'm at in Ontario on Hull Boulevard, where I'm getting on the bus in Ontario? It's not capable of being. This is stalking with a fake sun. All right, the light source is present as I arrive, and it remains there as I exit. And it is not maintaining presence capable of being seen over through the window of the bus as I'm now en route to that venue where my documentation shows I'm already there at this time. All right, and you're talking about if that's the sun, then it's over the Fontana Lewis Library. It's not over Hull Boulevard, over me through the window of the bus. Coming from, by the way, Pomona, California. And while it's doing so, it's passing over that Starbucks where that fake sun was present on that morning, and Jacques engaging in what is additional federal crimes. He's going to federal prison for that. Engaging in what is harassment while he's engaged in federal stalking with the entity. And that is the evidence that surrounds. It is 11:19 a.m. and I remain, example, on March 14th at the property of 435 South Bonneview. That's how I'm able to capture it over my head, the fake sun, at 1:36 p.m. I don't leave from there. How is it ever going to be captured in the video that I'm showing you
the entity is keeping that fake sun over my head. That's stalking with a fake sun. It's impossible. Absolutely impossible. It is not coexisting at the same time. We're talking about what is literally asinity. As we're even going by past that venue of 435 South Bonby, and you're seeing the light source that is over me while I'm on the bus. This is P.O.C. What you're listening to, the driver and the minion that's riding the bus, they're monitoring together. He's calling him up to the front of the bus. He's creating light activity with the hazard lights on. The fake sun is directly over me.
Okay, yeah. So just walk down some? Well, you can resist traffic light right here. The very first red light.
The fake sun is directly over me while he's monitoring. And this is the engagement in what is the elements of pacing in the engineered light, and the fake sun is over you. And this is the occurring, oh, I'm confused, I don't know where to go. Can you tell me which route? Oh, come up to the front of the bus and I'll show you. This audible activity is their conversation. They are under the fake sun that is over me right here at this venue at 221 Hope Boulevard. The Ontario Fire Department, those demons are crossing path. It is P.O.C. This is employee number C3401. Monitor, and it is 11:20 a.m. The fake sun is remaining stationary over the Fontana Lewis Library. It's remaining stationary over the Upland Public Library. It's remaining stationary over the Fontana Lewis Library, locations where, as my documentation shows, I'm already there and I remain there for the duration of the day. All right, and you have what is the pattern of conduct that's underway while the fake sun is not over any of those locations. It's directly over me, though. That's the pattern. While I am leaving Pomona on the what is the at 123 West Hope Boulevard. Alrighty, license 5JZS330, molesting, including the fire department. You see them in video. I'm showing you with the fake sun that's over me, over this same B&G Plaza that the fake sun is moving over. The B&G Plaza that it was over this morning as before 8 o'clock in the morning. When I'm walking around, and this fake sun is over, and the fire department is engaging in criminal summoning. They are engaging in criminal summoning in this video as well, using their vehicle lights, which they immediately turn off as I start recording. And then as they go to the red light at Sultana, they restart their red blinking light. These are demons who are stalking, and you see that through the environment. First of all, the fake sun is over me on Hope Boulevard. My documentation, as I got on the bus at 8:22 in the morning yesterday, the fake sun is already gone through this process of being over the B&G Plaza, moving east as the bus moves east, as I show you that route, the same route, at an earlier hour in the day, and I've already arrived at the destination of the Fontana Metrolink train station. I'm already at the Fontana Lewis Library yesterday, and the entity is keeping that fake sun going along the same route that I did yesterday, while you are looking at what are the demon-possessed Ontario Fire Department. The same demon possession demonstrated by the Los Angeles County Fire Department, who engaged in repeated acts of criminal summoning while that fake sun remained over me, while again I am both en route to Fontana Lewis Library yesterday during the same time, and while I'm already there, which is what I documented as I remained in Pomona, California today, which is not coexisting. As you can see, it's not coexisting because you see the light source that's remaining over the bus while the bus is in motion. That's not maintaining ongoing presence at the same. That's impossible. That's impossible. You're seeing the object itself that's moving over me while on the bus. And this is coexisting with what is the demon possessed, who are touching and molesting and terrorizing with directed light. That's the prosecution of the people of the state indiscriminately, under a prosecution that none of them are going to escape. It's on behalf of in concert with the government that's going to be prosecuted, placing an American citizen under surveillance, and it is the criminalization of their demonic activity while they do so. It is in violation of your constitutional and your human rights, and this is underway in the state of California. It is currently 11:26 a.m. and that is video that I just captured, and this is employee number 3401, who is monitoring with the minions that are riding the bus. They're engaging in criminal activity and demonic activity together. All right, it is P.O.C. It's 11:26 a.m. License 7GTN841 and license 42505G2. These are demons at Waters Grove and Hope Boulevard. They're touching with directed light while they're sitting in their car, stalking in the path under the fake sun. This is Hutchinson family. Hutchinson family, they're a bunch of demons, hiring demons, driving their commercial vehicles, engaging in state surveillance. And it is currently 11:26 a.m. Hutchinson is a demon, that's why directed light is coexisting with their crossing a path under the fake sun that's remaining over this bus, being driven by employee 3401. It's 11:26 a.m. XGY871. FedEx crossing path in a large truck, large commercial truck. 277. Oh, I can't really see the rest of them. 8JIK314, 5RBW183, 8RIR336. We are at the 37 Spa at the intersection of Grove and Holt Avenue. Excuse me, Holt Boulevard. Holt Avenue is in Pomona. Holt Boulevard. It's across from the Capri Inn. License 6XJC154. It's 11:27 a.m. This minion 3401, the employee, is stopping in the middle of the street, and these minions are just standing outside of the front of the door. They're waiting to cross path. They're engaging in monitoring together. The bus driver has already stopped at the stop. He proceeds driving, and then he stops driving. He's just sitting there with the door open while he's halfway in the street, and demons are crossing path with direct light. This is monitoring, but I just want to point out their conduct that they're engaging in while they're running a bus line, and they just sit there with the door open. And so if I, again, keep my eye focus out the window, these demons just sit there, loiter, stand with the door open, and then the demons will get on the bus, and then they go to their seat. Then they engage in what is pacing, walking back and forth, paying for their fare as their form. Where you're talking about what is the difference of treatment when I am the one that's being monitored, first of all, and the one that's documenting it. They engage in very different process. It's currently 11:29 a.m. This is P.O.C. This is employee 3401 stopping to let minions on the bus where they pass me over. They know exactly who I am when they do that too. It's occurring in the specific environment, and it's a harassment that is occurring because I'm documenting them, and I'm going to prosecute them. While I'm naming the minions for your own benefit, going by employee numbers in the company that they're working for. They're demons. And they're demons engaging in criminal conduct. It's 11:29 a.m. and this is holding up the fare while they're engaging in criminal activity. Holding up the bus. And this particular minion, documented at First Christian Church, documented at what is Mercy House as well. She is routinely engaging in stalking and harassment. It is 11:30 a.m. This is an ongoing molestation, just like I showed you at 6:09 p.m. while I'm sitting on the bus at the Fontana Metrolink train station, which is documentation of an excess of over 8 hours at the same location, which is impossible when it's remaining over me at the Pomona Regional Transit Center, but yet it's there at the Fontana Metrolink train station at 6:09, and you're looking at the fake sun that's out the window, same side that I'm sitting on, but yet I'm showing you what is my shadow that's appearing on the wall. This is what they're doing. Employee 3401 is a demon molesting with these minions who are getting on the bus, monitoring together while this directed light is present. This is occurring under the guise of what is supposed to be normal people getting on the bus. They're not normal. They're demons, and they're engaging in the perpetual sex offense. 8KMK257. This is the light activity that's coexisting while employee 3401 stops in the middle of the street to let these demons on to engage in monitoring with him. It's 11:31 a.m. Ryder is group stalking at the United States Postal Service on Holt Boulevard. DHE, Dependable Highway Express, crossing path. P.O.C. at the county building. That is at 1627 Holt Boulevard in Ontario, California. The TAD office, Transitional Assistance Department, also referred to as San Bernardino County Human Services, Department of Human Services, where federal stalking is underway. 8XFU616, federal stalking of a demonic nature. And this is 11:32 a.m. as the fake sun is remaining over me while passing this venue, and demons are in the parking lot aiming their headlights. And again, it's not their headlights. These are demons manifesting light. Okay? Demons hide behind what is supposed to be the explanation for the light that you're looking at. It is currently 11:33 a.m. and that's the P.O.C. at that county office. As I've documented earlier in the day, by the way, and the entity is keeping a fake sun over me. It's an impossibility, speaking to the ongoing system that's underway, BADTRKI, while the fake sun is remaining over the roof of the Fontana Lewis Library. There is no point at which the light source is leaving from the roof, or it's also maintaining ongoing, capable, appearing as though it's over the head of everyone at the same time while it's remaining over the roof, physically present. This is why I show you video. Over the roof of the Fontana Lewis Library. Over the roof of the Upper Public Library. Yeah, you're witnessing the demonic. That's what it is. And demonic activity is underway at the county building, as I've documented San Bernardino County very heavily. And they've also engaged in what is kidnapping. That building at 1627 is nothing other than a state facilitating venue where San Bernardino County conducts business, which is the placement and engagement in what is state surveillance in concert with the state. It's 11:34 a.m. 5 PLT 296, 8 JGA 237, 8 TJF 177. As employee number 3401 turns onto Vineyard Avenue, the fake sun, as I've shown you, at the Circle K at 1850 East Holt Boulevard, the fake sun turns with the bus as the bus turns onto Vineyard. The fake sun is over this bus, not over the roof of the Fontana Lewis Library. It is certainly not remaining over the roof of the Mercy House, which is the conduct that I'm showing you while I'm at those venues already. That's because surveillance is underway. It's a demonic environment and the demon possessed around placing me under surveillance while I'm at those venues. And that's how you're capturing what is at an ongoing impossible occurrence, because it's not occurring at the same time. All right, and also under no circumstances, again, is the actual sun going to remain over the address of the Upper Public Library or the Fontana Lewis Library, let alone Mercy House from 7 o'clock in the morning, rising and then remaining until 1:36 in the afternoon until I leave that venue. And then all of a sudden it's just remaining over me while doing, yeah, that's the fake sun, that's directed light, that's P.O.C. None of that is the conduct of the sun. The sun that we have been told about, that you read about in your science books, supposedly the star that's supposedly surrounded with these rules that govern with regard to time and movement in orbit. Oh, no, not when you should. Looking at direct evidence documenting otherwise, in conflict with all of that is surrounding the supposed sun. It's revealing what is demonic. And that demonic activity is criminal. It is the criminalization of the demonic activity by a public entity engaging in surveillance. It shall be criminalized. It's 11:36 a.m. Capturing video at the Ontario airport showing you at 11:37 a.m., 11:36 a.m. The light source is directly over me, and this is again the fake sun that's over me. This is hours later. Yesterday I got on the bus at 8:22. It's at around that time. And you're talking about what is being present at the Ontario airport. This is 3 hours later. And yesterday I'm already at the Fontana Lewis Library. I've gotten off the bus. You have what is engaging in the same route, street for street, turn for turn conduct on the bus that I'm on right now. Whereas yesterday, if this was the sun and it's following to a destination, which again, that's not the sun that's going to do that, but I'm showing you what is blatant stalking with a light source. It's just stalking. You're just following around with a light source that is not possibly the sun. And today following from what is Ontario to Pomona to Ontario to Fontana, as opposed to following from Ontario to Fontana. Understand that. And doing so at a vastly different time spaces, where I'm showing you as a matter of documentation, I'm already at such and such place. But here I am today going to Pomona, then going to that destination of the Lewis Library. And where's the fake sun? Oh, it's not over the Lewis Library.
This demon 8UHA784 is engaging in terrorism under that fake sun. Okay. License 7LCX166, 6ROM988, 93508S2, 6ANW856. They're all lined up. These demons engaging in what is monitoring at the Ontario airport where the fake sun is over. This is state surveillance that's underway, and this is criminal activity. This entire venue is going to be prosecuted, representing the nothing other than a venue where that criminal system is underway. State surveillance is underway. It's an ongoing threat to your life. And as they demonstrated their demonic activity while I was on the bus yesterday, engaging in Star Trek on the bus, that's exactly what you're going to penalize the demon-possessed for. All right, that's criminal conduct, that's terrorism, and that's also hostility by the demon-possessed who know that you're documenting them, and you will go to federal prison for that. I documented the employee driving that bus. You're going to reach into companies. You're going to reach into venues. There is no protection shelter whatsoever from that prosecution. Shelter, courtesy 94596H3. 94596H3, that's the courtesy shuttle. Third party monitoring. And at the Ontario airport, it is ongoing light activity at this venue, and so I'm just speaking to remind you what I documented early in the morning yesterday, and it is we're approaching the afternoon, and there's no point. 90175Y1 license plate. There is no point where the actual sun is actually going to remain physically present over a roof over a building all day long. But not only that, what the state is doing, we're going to keep it on what the entity's doing with the fake sun. There is no point where that fake sun is leaving the roof of Fontana Lewis Library while I'm there, and then being present over the Ontario airport, being present over the B&G Plaza, okay, being present at the same time over the Upland Public Library. No, you're looking at what is stalking with a fake sun, and that's what stalking is. Stalking, remaining where I am. And as you reveal that stalking conduct, therein lies the revealing of a whole demon-possessed population who are engaging in absolutely demonic conduct, which is criminal. And it is revealed by the ability to document that. And you're saying, oh, that's impossible. That is not possible. You're seeing that impossibility. That impossibility is synonymous with what is demonic. All right, and it's currently 11:41 a.m. and that is the fake sun over me during the 11 o'clock hour. And this is what juxtapose that with yesterday when I have not already been here as I get on the bus during the 8 o'clock hour, and I'm already at the Fontana Lewis Library. Oh, but here it is over the Ontario airport while I am here at 11:30, 11:40 in the morning. That's an impossibility. It's impossible. All right, that is P.O.C. It's 11:42 a.m. This demon 4110423 and 8JDK298 directed light moving across the bus while these demons sitting on the bus, including employee 3401, are monitoring while I'm uploading my podcast to the internet. They're engaging in the specific act of terrorism. This is engineered light, directed light, the manifestation of light by the demon possessed who are stalking in the path while the fake sun remains over me, and directed light is moving across the passenger side of the bus. And again, the demon possessed, they're just sitting there, they're stalking in the path, acting oblivious to what's going on. They can act however they want while you're surrounding them with that evidence, and you will go to federal prison for that. You're talking about what is monitoring, and it's also terrorism, and those are very serious federal crimes that the demon possessed are going to be surrounded with regard to legislation. I want to document that it's 12:03 p.m. Those demons monitoring with the demons who are surrounding me on the bus, including employee 3401, all right, and P.O.C. This demon, BN06E25, while the demon possessed listen to me document, immediately replicate what is an impossible occurrence in the first place. I want to talk about understanding why they are going to federal prison. All right, these demons sit around you engaging in this conduct of a demented psychopath all together at once. While Satan is listening to you document, Satan engages in that conduct repeatedly. So that is the course of conduct with regard to sexual violence. That is the course of conduct with regard to what is stalking and utilizing specific actors that have previously engaged in violating in one manner or another, and then using those same actors to violate you again. That's what commercial actors represent. While Ryder, Amazon Prime, are group stalking at Brian's Automotive. All right, I just want to point that out to you. That's what they are engaging in. And that third party representing the people of the state, let me be clear, employee 3401 will go to federal prison for that. That's how that's going to go. Nobody's avoiding anything. He's on the bus, and these demons are engaging in terrorism together, looking every which way while they're being documented. They're psychopaths. And BN06E25 will go to federal prison for that as well. Seconds later, replicating the same exact impossible conduct, which is an act of terrorism. It is entirely criminal while you're monitoring the documentation and engaging in surveillance with the government. This is what the entity is doing on a constant basis. All right? So like I said, while they're engaging in that conduct, I am taking their names and I will be snatching them. They're going to federal prison for that, and that's not a joke. That's going to be uniform policy for what is honing in on what the government is relying on. These demon-possessed minions that surround you, engaging in terrorism. Oh, you snatch them up off the street. They belong in cages. That's exactly where they're going to. It's currently 12:06 p.m. and that's what the entity continuously engages in. The entity does the same thing via helicopter while they're stalking via helicopter. Document it, and then that demon will engage in repeating that conduct, doing it more so. That's the conduct of the demon possessed, okay? That's the conduct of that psychopath. That's a Satan in operation over people. 7KJR287. P.O.C. It's 12:06 p.m. Alrighty, fake sun over me the entire route of Route 61 from Pomona to Fontana, and arriving to the Fontana Metrolink train station well after my arrival yesterday, speaking to what is ongoing surveillance that I remain subject to, and it is by a demon-possessed entity. Fontana police are at the Fontana Metrolink train station in relevant position, while the fake sun is right over the train station. As I am arriving, as you see in the video that I just captured, and I'm showing you the same venue where I was at yesterday, Arco, where I'm showing you in that video, the fake sun is directly over me, while Fontana police are also in that video crossing path at Merrill and Sierra Avenue, and this is, I'm 3 hours later, I'm going past that venue, and you're looking at what is the light source that's directly over my head, and it is not over any location that would be over the Fontana Lewis Library, where the entity maintains a fake sun for the duration of the day, which is a matter of documentation as well. And it is also speaking to what is the impossible. You're looking at it passing over me while I'm going beyond the property of the Arco that's on Sierra Avenue, whereas yesterday it's directly over my head where I'm at that property in the morning. All right, so that's speaking to, again, just blatant following with that light source. This is employee 3401. This is bus number 1222, license 1234515. It is currently 12:26 p.m. Alrighty, it's 12:29 p.m. and I did capture what is a video of the light source that's directly over my head at the Fontana Metrolink train station, and this is upon my arrival. Again, yesterday upon my arrival during the 9 o'clock hour, that is 3 hours earlier than yesterday. And today during that same time, upon my arrival at Fontana Metrolink train station, where am I today? I'm in Pomona. And you're looking at what is the impossible occurrence, the light source that's directly over my head. Speaking to what I documented not only yesterday, where I'm at the Arco, and the fake sun is right over me while I'm showing you what is group stalking. And that is the identity of all of those that are of the same condition. They're stalking in a specific environment. And as I go to what is a different location, because that environment is speaking to what is a demonic, and it's, as that impossibility is revealed, as I'm showing you that documentation is revealing what is the demon possession of those who are engaging in demonic activity, which is going to be criminalized as they're placing me under surveillance, but they're placing American citizens under surveillance unbeknownst to you, and they're doing it on behalf of the government, and they're doing it right in your face. And I'm letting you know that's not even the sun that's over you that you're thinking. That's not sunlight. Pay attention to your environment. You're surrounded by what is directed light. That's not sunlight, and that is not the sun that's over you. Not only based on what I'm showing you, my documentation of what's not the sun that's over me. As you look at this light source that remains over me all day, you know that's sure as hell is not the sun that's over you. It applies to you in that regard as well. And why? Because there's supposedly, allegedly, only one sun. Allegedly. All right? So, like I said, this is the documentation of that. While I'm in Pomona today, the light source is supposedly over. That's supposed to be the sun. And I'm just showing you, that's not the sun. No, it's not. It's a scientific impossibility. That impossibility is revealing the demonic. And it is documentation against the people of the state. Every single last one of these demons representing what is a criminal system on behalf of that government who are placing you under surveillance. And so you're talking about what is the people of the state who are going to be subject to what is a prosecution in concert and with that government that is placing you under surveillance. And so this is the state of California. The people of the state, regardless of wherever they are located, this is the federal law which shall reach out to every single last one of them. And you're talking about what is prosecuting them. And they are, and I'm showing you also what is also the grounds for that. The pattern of conduct is occurring everywhere, and it is occurring at all times, and there is no exception. The people of the state themselves demonstrate their own demon possession. While they are in that environment, they're demonstrating their demon possession. That's relevant to their prosecution of what is terrorism. That's relevant to their prosecution of what is stalking on behalf of the state. That's relevant to what is indiscriminate with regard to that environment and that engagement in that pattern of conduct. There's no exception. 1302447, that's Omnitrans bus 1323. There is no exception to that. And so that's not only necessary as a matter of justice, that's demonstrated. The people of the state are speaking
speaking to and engaging in the conduct, which is prescribing that necessary legislation, that legislation that is going to be comprehensive, that prosecution is going to be comprehensive. Nobody's getting out of that. It's not based on, oh, I live in San Francisco, so I don't know Erica Lorraine Spencer or the targeted individual who's claiming they were subject to surveillance while they live in, Southern California. I'm in San Francisco. No, that's not what's going on. It's a state system. It's occurring everywhere. And the targeted individual does not have to travel to San Francisco in order to document the government that's surrounding you everywhere that you're going. Let me be clear, regardless of your economic status, regardless of your trade, whatever it is that you do, let me be clear, I went from practicing law to being homeless as I'm documenting and I'm subject to this system. All right, that is directly precipitating from this criminal system, the people of the state themselves, harassing, stalking, threatening on the job, even as I'm a practicing attorney, okay? It has nothing to do with your economic status. And say you are, and that's what I'm speaking to, whether you are homeless on the street, subject to surveillance, whether you are some wealthy business professional, and let me speak to, maybe you're taking flights and going up and down the coast in California, and you're subject to surveillance. Guess what? Everybody in the state of California, everywhere that you're going, as you're getting on a plane flying to that place, as I've shown you, the demons possessed are flying airplanes, stalking, engaging in surveillance at the airport. There is no exception. Whether you are homeless, remaining in one location, or whether you are engaging in what is ongoing travel throughout the state, you are subject to surveillance, and there is no exception. This shall be a prosecution of the people of whatever state where that public entity is placing you under surveillance. And that is demonstrated through what is the criminal conduct that the people of the state have provided while I've documented it. One, engaging in what is directed light is speaking to what is that's in and of itself. It's an impossibility, but I've documented it by the thousands. All right? There is no exception. It is the revealing of what is the state system. That entire state's going to be prosecuted. It is the ability of an American citizen to prosecute the government, the state, and the people of the state. You're talking about what is the people of the state. Ordinarily, you are defending the people of the state. Ordinarily, the people of the state are the subject of some crime, and you're talking about what is the structure of our judicial system, our criminal justice system. This is speaking to what is public corruption, and the people of the state are the criminal. The people of the state are going to be prosecuted. Okay, so it's currently 12:35 p.m. And that's speaking to what is that what is all relevant to documenting a fake sun that today is nowhere near the Fontana Lewis Library. As you see, by the way, while I'm on the bus headed toward that same venue where I was already present yesterday during the 9 o'clock hour. I went to Pomona today during the 9 o'clock hour. That's where I was. And where was the light source? It was not in Fontana. It was right over my head, though. That's impossible. That's impossible. The people of the state, regardless of what county, regardless of what location, the people of the state shall be prosecuted while the government is placing you under surveillance. The government is doing it through the people. The people are of a specific condition. They're not only going to be prosecuted for that criminal act, they're going to be prosecuted for what shall be recognized as terrorism, the criminalization of demonic activity, which is serving a criminal system to keep you under surveillance. And there is no one escaping that prosecution. No one, absolutely no one. So it is currently 12:36 p.m. and the fake sun remains over me as I'm walking north, as I already did yesterday during the 9 o'clock hour, hours before, and the fake sun is remaining over me. License 10201F3. It's 12:36 p.m. This is P.O.C. All right, license 8YWP504, 8WER857. It's 12:37, by the way. 12:37 p.m. 5EGX861, 7STL004, 8ZKS959, 0204933, 8865652. Amazon Prime going northbound on Sierra Avenue. No license plate on that Demon's license plate. AT&T, excuse me, on that Demon's vehicle. 71120OR1, AT&T, 7YPZ620, 8WZL313, 7KRM235, 8YBY114, 8FFS005. And let me be clear, Amazon Prime being equally documented with regard to the intent to terrorize and harass, while the vehicle revealing that logo at a third-party facilitating venue is present in that garage of Brian's Automotive in Ontario under the fake sun and in direct light while I'm being molested. And while that demon is driving an Amazon Prime vehicle crossing path while I'm being molested with direct light and a fake sun is over me in the city of Montana, which is speaking to, let me be clear, while talking about, this is the type of nonsense that you're dealing with. This nonsense is not a joke. It's designed to terrorize one. The ordinary target individual shall not be subject to that. All right, you're going to engage in and anticipate the terrorism, which is satanically rooted by an entity that is monitoring your documentation and intends to obstruct justice and harass you and terrorize you and can constantly monitor you. 6FCD 145. 8FAF 948, 8PYT 994, 8022OS2, AT&T. 7853, I can't listen to that one. 8WDS 163, license, she is thirsty. 7B&J 816, this demon's slurping on water and she's super thirsty. Stalking. License, 8DQE 963, 8SQD, hold on, 8SQD 931, and it's 12:39 p.m. License 7FRP 886, monitoring. That's a red Escalade, Latino male. Minions in the vehicle while he's operating that vehicle. Minions with their communication devices monitoring. 7CLP 628, 8PGT 624. Showing you video at 12:38 to 12:40 p.m. of the fake sun that's over me at Valencia and Sierra Avenue. All right, this minion group stalking on the opposite side of the street. License plate. 33660J2. Excuse me. Go ahead. 4E73172. This demon is 33660J2. I'm sure I get that. License AY28882 paper. That was 8A82. 8AWD 313. 53716J1. Burtech crossing path in Fontana under the fake sun now. Going southbound on Sierra Avenue. License 7KLY570. 7MXP178. 7MZB913. 8URV040. 5P71439. 6FYU010. 7AZG816. XY059, 7CKJ465, 8VFZ051, 7TIX279, 1472737. That's California exempt. 8DWZ402, 7MBF723, 8VPM805, 8ZQW192, 8B54068. 7AKC010, 8ZED383, 48517G3, 8B54068, 7VSW670, 8TBV533, BM76J71 paper, 8JNH812, 8ZQW192, in case I didn't read that one. XRU053. That's a demon stalking with audible activity. 5TNH670. P.O.C. at Citibank, the same Citibank where I showed you at 11 o'clock in the morning. The fake sun is over me, and I'm showing you what is not over, how it's not over the Fontana Lewis Library, contrary to when I'm there earlier. This is where the fake sun is over me now as I arrive at that venue, not over the Fontana Lewis Library as I'm already there at an earlier hour. 7XBA308. And these demons are sitting around engaging in surveillance at this venue, stalking with the creation of noise, which is relevant to what is the engineered light that they are stalking around me in. That's demonic activity. It's terrorism while demons stalk with noise. Following you, mirroring your conduct with every, that's a conduct of a psychopath. 8UCY303, 6YY, 8MY, 48190Z1, 7CMK103, 8YOF971, 5PZK270. 8KIC346. It's 12:46 p.m. Alrighty, it is 12:48 p.m. and I captured video so you can see what is the light source that remains over me as I'm at Citibank, the same venue where I showed you at 11 o'clock in the morning. The light source is over my head, and that's 11 o'clock in the morning where I documented that the fake sun is already over my head at Citibank. That is showing, again, that's showing what is it when I go to, for example, when I get up in the morning, just like I did today, at the museum, and say I don't go anywhere, say I remain in Ontario, like I did on March 13, 2022. That's how I'm able to capture at what is 4 o'clock in the evening, 3:55 p.m. to be precise. What is the fake sun that's on that same street, right there over me, while I am showing you what is the 150 East Holt. 150 East Holt is adjacent to the museum. That's impossible. You're talking about what is keeping a fake sun over me all day long. And while I am documenting that, all I do is I just show you, oh yeah, that's not the sun that's over me in the morning right now, and it's not the sun that remains over me as I'll return to this same address where the sun is supposedly engaged in ongoing movement. It's remaining over my head, so that's why I can go to the same venue at 5 o'clock in the evening and show you what is that light source in alignment with me. That's talking with the fake sun. And that's all manner of revealing that to you. Every angle that you can fathom. All right? The light source is not over the roof of the Fontana Lewis Library, as I'm showing you in this video at 12:46 p.m. approximately, which is the case while I'm inside of that venue already. While I'm inside of that venue already, and the entities keeping the fake sun over the entrance, and then as I go and walk to the back portion being the window of the library that faces the Sierra and Spring Street, which is an impossibility anyway. You're talking about what is moving the fake sun. I mean, Satan is engaged in what is obsession and what is not prepared for what is literally the tearing down of the whole operation, and it's not intelligent either, because while you provided me that documentation, which is an impossibility, you're necessarily moving the light source, the sun, the fake sun, whatever you want to refer to it as. It's not the sun. This documentation, that light source went from one end of the roof to the opposite end of the roof, visible, hovering, impossible. All right, if it's over the entrance, then it's over the entrance. I'm not going to see it at the back that's facing Sierra Avenue, but that's what the entity did. Not only that, it's not even over the building as I arrive later, because I'm not inside of the building yet. And so while I'm outside of the building, not having yet approached Fontana Lewis Library, I'm showing you what is a fake sun that's right over my head at the Citibank. The same Citibank where I've already shown you at 11 o'clock in the morning, it's right over my head. But again, that's only because I was in Fontana, because at 11 o'clock in the morning, when I go to Upland, guess where it's at? It's not over Citibank, and it's not over the Fontana Lewis Library as I documented. It's over the Upland Public Library while I'm inside showing you through the roof. It's an impossibility. Okay, this is speaking to what is stalking. And while I'm showing you in this video, the light source is remaining over me at Citibank, where the light source is documented, it's over the roof of the Fontana Lewis Library, going from the front, vacillating to the back. As I walk through that library and show you what is the maintenance of the light source over that venue. Surveillance, not the sun. This is surveillance. All right, so like I said, I just gave you that because I'm also reminding you about what is the maintenance on March 14th. The entity kept the fake sun over me at 435 South Boundary. It's directly over my head. While I walk out of that entrance at Mercy House, that fake sun is squarely over my head. Right, perfectly aligned above me, just like you see in the video at Valencia and Sierra today, just like you see while I'm standing at Citibank. All right, that is stalking with a light source that is not at the same time over the property in order to maintain that central presence. All the entity is doing is keeping the fake sun squarely above my head on top of me during the day, and squarely above the head in alignment with my face in the morning as though it's rising, and with my face in the evening as though it's setting. And you're looking at that ongoing pattern of it keeping in alignment with me. It's centered around me. To my left, over my head, and to my right. All right, and if I remain at a building, one venue all day long, which I've done so you can witness that is the rising of a fake sun and the setting of a fake sun at one address all day. All right, that's speaking to the pattern of conduct. And it's 12:53 p.m. and this is arrival to the Fontana Lewis Library, where the fake sun is following to this venue, and now it is over the venue. All right, at 1:02 p.m., you're looking at a minion that's waiting in the hallway in order to walk in front of me. That's a demon that's stalking in the path. And they do that same thing, which I showed you on Sunday, following into the bathroom. The demon was waiting. She walks into the bathroom, and then a group of them follow as well. That's literally what they're doing while they are maintaining presence inside of the venue of the library. This is P.O.C, and that is the marching of a demon that's maintaining presence inside of the venue. All right, and this is what the people say. That's what they're all doing, but I just want to be clear. It's very vivid when I'm showing you what is present. As I get off the elevator, you have a minion that's there in order to literally escort me, and that's what they're doing while they're stalking in the path. It's Satan that is surrounding you. They're demon possessed, and they're engaging in group stalking inside of the venue. It's 1:03 p.m. All right, just as an additional note, contrary to what I documented with regard to third-party Omnitrans, this morning, as is verified in my documentation, the video with the timestamp 2022-0322_080350. This is at 8:03 in the morning. In other words, during this video, you are able to see what is at 8:06 a.m. as Omnitrans crosses path. And Omnitrans crosses path on what is Hope Boulevard. So in other words, the entity is acting via third party. This is the pattern of conduct. They are engaged in the pattern of what is interstate stalking, just as you hear in the background here at Fontana Lewis Library. Those are demons stalking with audible activity as I begin recording. And light activity using the motion lights. And it's not motion lights because while I am engaging in movement, the entity is deviating from this pattern of what's supposed to be the creation of light while movement is occurring. It's occurring pursuant to what is a P.O.C. Based on a method of what is stalking with light activity creation while monitoring. And so, like I said, this is P.O.C. that you're hearing in the background, but I want to provide a note with regard to Omnitrans in particular. This is a particular instance where at 8:06 a.m. as I'm reciting the time in that video, you can see Omnitrans, which is crossing path, and they are proceeding eastbound on Hope Boulevard, and they are not engaging in any deviation from their published route. Okay, so I want to publish that note on here. They engage in that pattern, which is documented, but this is not one of those instances. And you can also see it's verified in the documentation. They are indeed crossing path. They are engaged in federal stalking. It is the pattern of conduct, but they did not engage in deviating from their published route in order to engage in that pattern of conduct and arriving at the bus stop and doing so via deviating from the route and arriving at the B&G Plaza bus stop or crossing path on Hope Boulevard is both engagement in what is crossing path. It is both engagement in the pattern of conduct. It's not changing. I'm just speaking to addressing what I added to, which was collateral to that, deviating from the published route, which again, when you are a bus line engaging in state surveillance on behalf of the state, it is reasonably construed as what is targeting, a method of targeting conduct by such a bus line that is aware of your location and engaging in surveillance on behalf of the state. That is a method of engaging in that conduct. And so that is how you are deducing what is a method of targeted harassment within the pattern of conduct. But this is, again, verified in that video documentation where Omnitrans is crossing path right there on Hope Boulevard under the fake sun where I'm capturing this video, crossing path with Southwest Airlines that is hovering over the sky space in that directed light and under the light source. This is P.O.C. All right, I did capture two videos because the first video cut off for some reason. I don't know what happened, but I resumed in a second video showing you what is the fake sun in alignment with me on the second floor inside of the library. And you're looking at, first of all, what is impossible light. It's impossible with regard to my being on the second floor and also being inside of the depths of the building. The light source, it's also impossible because the light source is present at 6 p.m. You're talking about duration of time. You're talking about what is also going to be not the presence of light that is aiming horizontally necessarily and spreading onto the floor. This is the same thing with regard to what is the demonic environment. The light that you are looking at is not sunlight. That is not the conduct of sunlight. It wouldn't appear inside of the building in this manner. And this is just paying attention to what is the environment around you. This is speaking to what would be a light source that's horizontal, aiming light horizontally, spreading it into the buildings as opposed to being a sun that's above buildings, above our structures. It's a star. It's high above us. Okay, it's not next to the buildings. You're talking about what is common sense with regard to what is literally what you're looking at while I'm showing it to you. But in addition to that, it's engineered light. And it is being specifically aimed into the building. And I'm on the second floor inside of the building. You're talking about a whole other level while the entity is aiming that onto the first floor. I'm up on the second floor, and you see it is inside of the depths of the library on the second floor, which is also, while I'm on the second floor, I am north with regard to speaking in direction. I am north with regard to my first floor presence inside of the little window dome area, which you can see while I'm up on the second floor. I'm showing you where I'm usually at, where I showed you the fake sun today as I enter the library that faces Sierra Avenue.
That location is north of the first floor location, and you can see the fake sun that is advanced north to maintain that perfect alignment with me. Pay attention to my videos as I'm showing you the fake sun vacillating from the entrance to that back portion that faces Sierra. The fake sun does not advance beyond me. It stays right in alignment with where I am. And so while I'm on this second floor, that's why you see the fake sun advance beyond Spring Street at Sierra Avenue. What else are you paying attention to? Light activity. Directed light is just manifesting on this. This is literally a concession by the demon possessed. And they've done that tons. I mean, you're talking about being surrounded by evidence. It's not a secret what you are and what you're doing. And by you, I'm speaking to the demon possessed population. When you're looking at that light activity, you see for yourself, there is no minion. There is no genuinely ignorant outsider that can look at that and reconcile that. It is light activity that is coexisting with the crossing of path conduct. You're looking at what is a demon engaging in breastfeeding in this demonic environment. There is nothing sweet about that. This is a demon-possessed stalker. She's a criminal, and she is engaging in what is the pattern of conduct while she's pulling out her breasts and engaging in breastfeeding her minionite child. Okay, it's entirely demonic. It is very creepy, and that's exactly what I pointed out in the video, because that's what it is. All right, you're talking about what is demonic activity, which you're understanding that it's occurring in the environment that reveals that, not the outward appearance of that demon and what they're doing. All right, very often what they are doing is creating activity in that environment to monitor you, and it is the engagement in demonic activity by a demon-possessed person. And she is doing this in engineered light. It's activity creation, and you're looking at what is the light activity that's appearing on the ceiling. I'm on the second floor. There is no, I mean, it's directed light all the time. It's always impossible light activity, but I'm on the second floor, people, and traffic is underneath, and the light is just moving all over the ceiling. That is all manner of a very creepy environment, actually, when you are breaking it down as to what you're looking at. You're looking at Satan that is present through the environment. You're looking at Satan that has pulled out a nipple and is breastfeeding a child in this demonic environment. It's entirely creepy. It's very, very dark. This is a twisted environment. And as I'm breaking down what is also criminal, and you see the Fontana Police Department crossing path monitoring, doing so with the demon-possessed population that are monitoring and stalking and know exactly where I am. That's why that environment is there. It is speaking to the targeting conduct, and that is criminal conduct. Okay, and while I'm walking from that light, that light show, that light source that's in alignment at after 6 p.m. I'm reminding you about what is 6:09 p.m., which I documented with regard to at the Fontana Metrolink train station, but it was Omnitrans engaging in what is harassment on behalf of the entity. The entity is going to be prosecuted for that, but specifically the third party representing that entity, Omnitrans, at the Fontana Metrolink train station. The fake sun is not over the Metrolink train station. It was that day because I left earlier on Sunday and I was already there. The entity just kept the fake sun there while I'm sitting on the bus, the same location where I was this afternoon as I arrived to the Fontana Metrolink train station after coming from Pomona. Okay, and I'm referencing all kind of documentation. When you remember, I'm already at the Fontana Lewis Library at this time. I'm in the city of Upland at the library at this time, and the state is keeping the fake sun over me in Pomona, California right now, over my head. All right, so you're remembering this. You're talking about duration. That's not the sun while I arrive at 12 p.m., 6 hours later. It's not the sun while I arrived yesterday at 10 a.m., and it's present at 6 p.m. And it's also not the sun while it's over the Fontana Metrolink train station in perfect alignment with me at the same time, 6:07 p.m. I capture the video at 6:09 p.m. while I remain at the Fontana Metrolink train station. You're looking at the light source right now while a demon-possessed stalker is engaging in breastfeeding in directed light under the fake sun, while the people of the state who are demon-possessed, including law enforcement, are crossing path. They're a bunch of demons. You're looking at what is raw and unadulterated demonic activity. And this demonic activity is criminal. This is interstate stalking. This is surveillance, and it's on behalf of a government. All right, and that's what I capture in video. I will be publishing that momentarily. The entity is engaging in clearly what is surveillance. That's why that environment is present, and I have captured that in video. That is the remaining of the light source, by the way, from one side of the entrance. That's the entrance doors, 10 o'clock. To the opposite side that faces Sierra, 6 p.m., which it remains. An ongoing molestation is underway. You have what is impossible light that would ever be shooting through the building, and minions are walking through that. All right, minions are the demon possessed who are engaging in that ongoing environment. They're prosecuted as a sex offender for that. This is a demonic environment where you're subject to surveillance, and it's also the state of California. It's 6:15 p.m. and also I want to document as I walk from that area showing you what is Sierra and Spring Street, my shadow is appearing in front of me on the book stacks. That's an ongoing molestation, okay? So you have what is light that is moving all around. It is reaching into from the Sierra Avenue into the depths of the library to the entrance area. That's impossible light activity, and I'll also show you pictures of that. This is P.O.C. Alrighty, and what you can see is what is directed light that is necessarily being projected horizontally into the library, and this is the engineered light. This is demonic. I want to be clear, it is indication of what is the demon possessed who manifests light in this manner. It's not sunlight, and this is speaking to what is impossible to be sunlight, and it's merely colorful. It's like orange, blue, purple, red. That's directed light. It's engineered light, and it is coming from what is the Sierra Avenue. This is an extensive library, very large roof, which I showed you, and so you're talking about what is reaching from Sierra into the depths at the entrance area, and this is providing for what is ongoing demonic activity, and I captured that in images. This is entirely an environment where the demon possessed are engaging in criminal conduct, and this is speaking to what is conduct akin to cockroaches. Their shadows are appearing all over the place. They are engaging in what is maintenance of presence in this environment, that where this impossible light is all over the walls, all on the heights of the walls, reaching from what is Sierra Avenue to the entrance, the parking lot that faces the Miller Theater. That's the entrance of, and that's impossible light, not sunlight. No projection of light's ever going to achieve that. And these are demons that are in that. And this is demonic activity while the entity is monitoring documentation. That is relevant to the prosecution as well. This is speaking to what is surveillance, okay? But I'm also revealing to you what is demonic activity and the ability to recognize demonic activity. And it is not rocket science whatsoever. The demon possessed are in a literally artificial, with regard to artificial, meaning this is engineering of nothing other than Satan itself. It's not the conduct of ordinary light. It's not the conduct of what would be arriving or present inside of a building under what would be the sun, which is not going to be present over a single address for a series of 6 hours, let alone an excess of 8.5 to 9 hours. As I'm documenting from 10 a.m., by the way, till 6:18 p.m., and you've got this directed light while it's remaining here. You're talking about what is the fake sun that's over the Fontana Mental train station while I'm on that bus, and it's remaining in alignment with me. It's, again, another example of what is not the same, and it's aiming directed light directly into this building. This is where the focus is. This is where I am. This is where the demon possessed are stalking, and they're engaging in what is entirely demented as a people. This is the threat that the entity poses. And let me be clear, as nice as Fontana Lewis Library tries to dress itself up, this is San Bernardino County. These are the cockroaches of humanity. They are violent sex offenders. They are listening to me pull my panties up and down. That's why the directed light is in this venue. They're engaged in massive, comprehensive, hovering level, obsessed, demented level of stalking and surveillance, including inside of the private space. That's exactly why you have what is the Star Trek light activity. It is inclusive of those who are over and under the age of majority. It is on behalf of the state of California, and these are literal minions of Satan. They have the spirit of death on them while they're engaging in criminal activity, and that is why it is a matter of prosecution that the demon possessed are identified and prosecuted for the surveillance that they're engaging in, and that is all relevant to the pattern of conduct and the environment that they're in. All right, it's 6:19 p.m. and this is P.O.C. All right, you have demons stalking in the bathroom. This is the perpetual sex offender, monitoring with the demon that you see standing in the hallway, engaging in what is presence for also crossing path. And this is stalking in the bathroom together as one amplification inside of the private space. This is Fontana Lewis Library. It's 8:50 p.m. This is that sex offender, aiming directed light, maintaining presence in that engineered light, engaging in what is stalking inside of the private space as well. The demon possessed are engaging in what is surveillance, and that's what's criminal about their condition while they're stalking and maintaining that presence deliberately in that environment. Okay, and that's what's relevant about what I'm showing you inside of the Fontana Lewis Library, which is it's a venue that's perpetually present everywhere that I'm going. You're seeing what is the ongoing environment. The demon possessed, first of all, exist amongst us, is what you need to know, how you're able to identify it in a very specific environment that is also entirely abnormal and unnatural. It is a scientific impossibility when you are paying attention to your environment. And thirdly, and most importantly, which is relevant to a prosecution of such people who are present on behalf of a government that is placing you under surveillance, which is criminal. Okay, that's what's relevant about the light activity. These demons are stalking in bathrooms. That's a sex offender, the perpetual sex offender. It is, this is surveillance as I'm documenting it. A minion standing in the hallway monitoring with the minion that's in the bathroom stall. This is P.O.C, it's 8:51 p.m. Alrighty, license 8CJW 808 7COG 461. See, it's currently 8:56 p.m. and I am being molested. I have 2 shadows to both my sides, and these demons that are walking around have multiple shadows as well. License 6LUB 716 8MTY 493. And it is 8:56 p.m. leaving the venue of what is Fontana Lewis Library. It's the ongoing pattern of conduct from one venue to another, as you see. It's an ongoing, if you pay attention, this morning I went to Los Angeles County. The fake sun in the morning is more west than it ever is for the duration of the day because I don't go to Los Angeles, so I went this morning. The entity engaged in setting the fake sun in Fontana, which is east of the city of Ontario. All right, I just want to point that out to you. And that's exactly what it is when the light source is visible and you're looking at what's impossible light activity, engineered light. The engineered light is speaking to what is the presence and the unmistakable. There's no mistake with regard to it. It just looks like it's over the window. It's expanded beyond. You could see that from Newport Beach. No. The fake sun is moving over me as I move. That's why it's not over the roof of the library. And I reminded you about the time when I'm already in the library and the fake sun is directly above the roof. Moments later, as I'm inside of the library, the fake sun is right over my head, moving as I move. I go to the back portion of the library, you see the fake sun over that. That's an impossibility, and that is not speaking to what is the character of the sun, which would be present, visibly present, and reliably so. If it's over the building while you're inside of the building, then that's where it's going to be, and that's not where it was. While I'm outside of the building, the fake sun is not seen relative to my location as I'm witnessing it while I'm inside of Fontana Lewis Library. If it's over Citibank or if it's over some relative location, it wouldn't be hovering over the roof of the Fontana Lewis Library. It's hovering over the roof. And I'm not able to see any sky space over Arrow Boulevard, right? I'm looking right at the sky space that's directly above the roof of the Fontana Lewis Library. It's a very tall building. Okay, so the entity is moving, and this is something you can clearly observe on your own. This is just common sense. Like I said, the entity is placing a fake sun as I go there, and then so what I want to, I've established this and belabor the point. What I'm pointing out and what you're looking at, big picture. First of all, this is a concession. The demon possessed, they don't have no secrets. It's out. Like I said, with regard to what is the demon possessed population. It's criminal what they engage in. All of it is criminal. It's criminal while they're placing you under surveillance. Come on, minion. He's coming to molest. This is license plate W796JO. That's a sex offender. All right. This is the concession. When you're looking at this light activity and the entity is monitoring the documentation, it is, and just giving you some insight into the demonic mindset. You're dealing with Satan. So this is a concession, and it's with regard to what is this plain act of terrorism. This is criminal. You don't have the right to place another in surveillance. That's what the light activity serves. It serves a criminal purpose. I'm not just giving you some sermon about the demon possessed are around you. You need to get on your knees and pray. That's not what this is. This is about criminal activity. The demon possessed are engaging in surveillance. That's what that engineered light all over the floor is about. It is direct evidence. It is terrorism while they also do so. All right, so while they're engaging in surveillance with, via this engineered light, moving all around in that engineered light, these are demons, these are freaks, all right, who are engaging in what is an intent to terrorize while they're placing you under surveillance. All right, and that's how those facts are working together. And that is how that concession by the demon possessed, whose condition is made manifest, there's no denial of that. You're looking at that impossible light activity while I'm on the second floor inside of the library. And there is no explanation, and I've shown what is direct light, but that was another example of what is just like, okay, it's that's another neon blinking sign while you've got this demon breastfeeding her minionite child. It is entirely creepy. It is serving what is surveillance. You don't have to be holding on. She doesn't have to hold out her phone while she's holding out her
child engaging in breastfeeding in the environment. You're present in the path. Presence in that engineered light is the ongoing criminal objective. You're present on behalf of the government. The government is placing you under surveillance. The government is doing it through you. So while you are providing your person, while you are present in that engineered light, while you are a demon, demonstrating your demon possession to another who you are placing under surveillance with that government, that is the crime. That is the crime. All right, so I want to be clear. This is what they're doing while they're walking in that engineered light. You see that elongated, in other words, that exaggerated shadow. That's speaking to what is engineered light that is horizontally aimed through those, through the library. And this is hours after I have arrived, and you're looking at the light source that remains in alignment with me. If you are not paying attention to a pattern, I'm talking from 7 o'clock in the morning until what is, this is after 6 p.m. in the evening. And I'm showing you what is the ongoing ability for my capturing what is a light source that is always over me. Always. All right. In the same way, guess what else is always around me? The people of the state. The people of the state are of a specific condition where I am documenting that phenomenon. These are demons, and they are stalking, and they are engaging in what is criminal surveillance. That is the significance of showing what is the demonic environment. I care not about preaching to anybody. I don't care about that. That's not what this is about. This is criminal. Demons are going to be prosecuted for that very condition while they are terrorizing and placing you under surveillance. This same light activity is that which the entity seeks to, yes, keep concealed, and it's not concealed because I captured thousands of conduct with directed light, as I've termed it. But let me be clear, the entity never intended for that to be known. That is supposed to be something where you're claiming it, and then people are just gonna be like, oh, she's crazy. Okay, how you gonna have shadows on the ceiling? That's retarded. That's, you know, she's hallucinating. She's a schizophrenic. All right, she's seeing stuff. All right, that is supposed to be the claim. That's not what's going on here. Documentation is establishing a very real pattern of conduct. It's entirely terrorizing. All right, and to even speak it outside of what is having direct evidence of it is intended to result in what is an unjust defamation of that party alleging it, of the target individual. Understand, this is the outset, this is the construct of this demonic system. This is exactly what is intended. All right, it is so demented, it's so sick, all right, that you're talking about even uttering it out loud at what it is that you're seeing, what it is that you are witnessing, that you're subject to by people who you don't even know, or people that you do know, okay? Both, actually. You're dealing with the demon possessed. You're talking about what is intended to falsely depict on you, and that is entirely unjust, and actually it's abnormal. I don't think that that's a normal reaction if someone is stating, I mean, if you're talking about having evidence of it, if you don't have evidence of it, you know, okay, that's an issue, and this is why it's necessary what it is that I have done, and I get that part. But with regard to what is blaming someone else, which is what I've documented the entity engaging in, that's speaking to what will be the prosecution. The prosecution of the government is going to be a public one. And engaging on the venue of the internet, which is obstruction of justice, you will be directly prosecuted for that. You're speaking on behalf of the state. The government is on the venue of the internet, engaging in what is the pattern of conduct. The entity is engaging in using the same minions that are stalking, hopping right on the internet. Okay, 8NWN407 molesting, 1479380 Omnitrans molesting, 8MCA727 molesting, Metrolink is molesting. They're creating light activity, and they're a part of the same entity right now that is stalking at an intersection. All right, and that's a demon playing Spanish music. It's audible activity and engineered light. It's currently 9:05 p.m. Let me get all these demons real quick. 8NBF657. That is the sex offender Metrolink. 6YUW130. 8RMW536. And that's amplification. The actual train, that's demonic. That's speaking to a demon in front of me. This demon is license plate 7GIC751. The actual train is not going to be so loud that you can't hear yourself think. I'm not on the train. The train tracks is at the Fun Sentimental train station, but that's amplification. Understand that. That's demonic. It is the demonstration of demon possession by these demons who are in directed light. This is Satan that I'm surrounded by. Satan is present through the people. All right, license 7GIC751 is indeed a demon being documented as a sex offender. The perpetual sex offender is stalking with the government and the company Metrolink. 8NBF657, amplification is a method of terrorism. 8FWP985, 6WFS306, 7VOH176, 8HCR958, 1545862, Omni, 8YGK655, 7WRY581, 7SVR314. And what is so pathetic about the demon possessed, but understand this is what you're prosecuting, they're all stalking together, they're all at that light, the train going at the moment, all of that is about me. Every single last ounce of it. It's about light activity, it's about them being in line, it's about me walking on the sidewalk, it's about what is patrolling and crossing a path. It's the three elements of monitoring. And they are all demons. It's directed light, that's why you have multiple shadows. That's why your shadows lean in front of me, as I've documented, while your headlights are aiming toward me. That's supposed to be headlights, but it's not headlights. That's a demon manifesting light. And your shadow is not going to be in front of you and behind you. When you're facing what are headlights, your shadow will be behind you. N0837F2, that's a demon. 8CMZ130, that's a demon. So like I said, this is what is revealed when I'm capturing this demonic environment. It's incriminating. It's criminal. This is the criminalization of what is demonic. This demonic conduct, this demonic possession, this condition is speaking to what is surveillance, criminal surveillance. Let me remind you of federal law, existing federal law. Surveillance, placing one criminally under surveillance is a violation of Title 18, Section 22618, subsections 1 and 2. All right, the government is engaging in surveillance. The government is doing it in the most malicious way. I've shown you what is through literally the environment that surrounds you that you are otherwise not questioning because you're ignorant to it. You're not even aware of it. You're not paying attention to it. All right, license plate. 8CMZ130 molesting. All right, and so this is how it is existing in plain sight. This is also revealing what is a matter of public corruption. As I showed you today, the state facilitating venue, no exception. Fake son at the courthouse, where, by the way, I was subject to this pattern of conduct as a practicing attorney. Unbeknownst to me, being sexually violated, placed under surveillance while my panties are down, while I am a professional practicing law. And the people of the state posing as clients of mine, they're all engaging in monitoring. The law firm that I'm working for, monitoring, okay? Law enforcement, stalking. The attorneys at the court, stalking, monitoring. The same exact pattern of conduct. What's the difference now? Now I am documenting the totality of that P.O.C. as I was subject to it. The only difference now, when I was practicing law, did not know the fake sun was right over my head. Wasn't even looking up in the sky. I didn't pay attention. 1545862, bus 2348. Monitoring with this demon that's creating spotlight, aiming it onto the signage. This is a demon. So you have what is the entity engaging in this stalking with directed light. This is the ability to scrutinize your environment and pay attention to it. You're not paying attention to that. You're not paying attention to the details. And I get it. Believe me, I get it. Okay? Consumed with working, and I'm indoors all day long, either going to work or before that going to school, whatever it was that I was studying. I was studying all day, all night, and going to work or sleeping, resting up, whatever it was that I was doing. I was busy. I was consumed with it. I understand that. What I'm speaking to is you need to open your eyes and pay attention. That's what's relevant to what is understanding the demon possessed who are around you, who are placing you under surveillance, which is criminal conduct. That's why their demon possession is directly relevant. And you are able to see that and witness it through the environment that surrounds you. That was an entirely creepy episode that I showed you. This demon, this white-faced demon who is breastfeeding, and she's doing it in this entirely wicked and demonic environment. There is nothing sweet. There is nothing compassionate about that at all. It is entirely creepy. That was the setting of Satan. And she's there coddling her infant, breastfeeding. Okay, just comfort, just as comfortable as all in Satan's environment. Okay, that was all manner of evil that I'm in the presence of, and I documented that. Okay, now with regard to where they're headed in eternity, I could care less, and that's not your concern either. You're talking about their criminal conduct. The demon possessed are placing you under surveillance. That's why that directed light is in there. That is the criminal activity. And it's relevant because while you are stalked with, followed, and remaining and constantly molested, and that is violating your person, with this engineered light with which they are placing you under surveillance by, with communication devices, demons want to pace all around you all over the place with this engineered light. It's all over the walls. It's all over the place when they're doing something that's supposed to be as mundane as driving a car past you. But no. It's Star Trek light activity when they're doing something as mundane as driving by you. That's terrorism. While they are stalking. That's why it's occurring while they're driving by, because it's not mundane. It's achieving a criminal purpose. This is surveillance. That's occurring on an ongoing basis throughout this country, by the way. You can turn on the television, look at reality TV, look at the news, look at what they're standing under. It's a fake sun.
All right, this is not exclusive to California. I am in California. I'm documenting California. I'm going to prosecute California. I'm putting California on the map with regard to what is making it known. If it's not already known, there are innuendos. There are old sayings, and there are those I guess religious beliefs. It's supposed to be exclusive to those who are spiritual. No. It has nothing to do with your spirituality. It has nothing to do with whatever you claim you believe. The demon possessed, which is a very real condition. It is speaking to what is of darkness, what is wicked, what is twisted. Okay, look it up in the dictionary. You don't have to be religious. Okay, you are witnessing what is demonic through the light activity. Multiple shadows, light activity that's appearing, abnormal light activity above your head. Where the hell is that coming? That's your question. That's a common sense question. That's what an intelligent person wonders or asks, poses. All right, you should be posing that. You're paying attention to what is the light activity around you. You're subject to surveillance. This light is how you are subject to surveillance by a group. And this light is speaking to what are demons who surround. Demons manifest light. Demons surround and want to touch with light. Demons want to follow with light. Demons are under the light source in the sky that is not the sun. Demons. That's not exclusive to California. All right, you turn on the local news in any state. That's what they're standing under. It's not the light source that remained over the Fontana Lewis Library upon my arrival until after 6 p.m., aiming light specifically into that venue. It's exclusive. All right, and so it is revealing what is an ongoing expansive system. It is demonic, and by the way, Satan is not bound by any jurisdictional lines that we bound ourselves by. You're talking about also. It's also speaking. And what am I referencing there? Let me give you. What I'm referencing is with regard to one country versus another. Satan in California and not in, for example, Russia. No, that's not how that works. Satan does not have an ethnicity. Satan is not bound by any jurisdiction. This is the reality of what is demonic activity. And it is revealed through the environment. All right. And it's also revealing what is relevant to your life. The lies that you've been told by those who you trust or those who you think are, you can never second guess. That's, first of all, very, very unwise to think that. You should always exercise independent thought. But with regard to the entity engaging in what is lying as a government, they're lying about the environment around you. Guess what else they're lying about? You can name it. What with regard to, I'm not going to go into every topic, but it's speaking to, in other words, it is suspect. Okay, everything is suspect. The government is corrupt. Everything is suspect. And I am one that is for order. I am one that, I love the Constitution. That's why I practice law. In other words, what I'm stating is I am not one that is in any way ever advocating on some anarchy, anti-government. No, that's not me. But this is the ongoing implications. This is what the government is doing. When the government, which you are supposed to be able to rely upon and trust and confide in, we've contracted with them to govern us. This is history. This is U.S. history, government history. Okay, you're talking about what has never been the agreement, which is invasion of every, not just privacy, your entire life. If this is the type of country that we're living in and what it is, then why isn't the country up front about that? It's not. They're lying to you. License plate. This is the demon manifesting light. CWL0296. Monitoring with Omnitrans. 1404973. Molesting. So you're talking about what is existing in the United States under the fallacy of being in a free society. Okay, why? Because they let you on the internet? And I say they let you because that's exactly what's going on. You're only free because you think you're free. Until the walls come closing in on you and you realize what's going on. And I'm letting you know what's been going on. All right, and it's going on right in front of your face. They're calling it blue when it's actually red. That's the only difference. They're just calling it something else. All right, and those who are sleeping at the wheel, I'm speaking to what is very relevant to your everyday life. License plate, Omnitrans, molesting, 1420243, bus 1294. So the entity, in other words, is this directed light, this creepy scene that I'm showing you inside of the library. It is absolutely ridiculously impossible to exist naturally. That is not the placement of light that would ever be present inside of the building. As the sun is above structures, it's above us, it's not beside us. Even as you see what was the entity stalking by airplane, you see in Pomona, the sun flew right next to the fake sun. Did you see that?
This was at 9:09 a.m., I believe. The fake sun, it flew right next to the fake sun. That big old glob in the sky, and the plane flew right next to it. If that was the actual sun, and the plane is hovering. All right, it's closer than it looks perhaps on my phone. That is a hovering light source, and the planes are hovering over the parking lot. And it's flying right there next to the fake sun. I mean, you got all manner of what is just common sense. So with regard to what I've documented, you're talking about what is an ongoing concession. The entity has been revealed. You're not keeping it a secret. There's no defamation over here with regard to the inability to establish exactly what I alleged, exactly what I already knew was going on. And all I did was I told you what it is, and then I documented, I'm showing you what it is, and now I'm telling you what I told you. All right, so the entity is engaging in what is surveillance, and that's what's relevant about demon possession. Otherwise, you're talking about, but for a criminal system, then it's just something you need to know. The demon possessed exist among us. These are the times that we're in, but that's not what this is. This is relevant to what is criminal conduct by a demon possessed population. And that's why you need to know who and what is around you. Because you're talking about what's a violation of your constitutional rights, those of you who live in the United States, those of you are in the state of California. But like I said, what I'm showing is going on in the state of California. It's relevant to you who live in New York. Oh, they're monitoring in New York. They're monitoring in, they're monitoring in, as I already did I did a comparison, by the way, on November 17, 2021, with regard to the killing of that young man, young Dolph. And I'm showing you what is the fake sun that remains over me. And while, again, that man was killed under a light source that's hovering over those men that committed that homicide. That's not the light source that's over the Fontana Lewis Library as I'm arriving at that venue. And it's the same time. It's not coexisting. It's not some omnipresent, it's over all of this at the same time. No, it's hovering over me. That's what I'm showing you when I'm on the bus. This is what I'm showing you when I'm at the museum, and it's over the side of the venue. All right. This is with regard to revealing what is a system that is relevant to wherever you are, and that is because of what the entity is using, which is the very environment. The environment that surrounds us is supposedly surrounded with also rules, scientific facts, laws that are governing nature, the way that the things work around us, right? So the supposed sun and time and movement of that. And it's an impossibility while you're looking at that light source, though, hovering over me, over a specific building, and doing so all day long, which I captured again today. That's not in any other state line. That's not even in any other county. It was only in the other county this morning when I went to LA County, and I came back, and where did the fake sun? It came right back with me. Came right back and stayed. So with regard to the placement of the light source, it remains over the Fontana Lewis Library today, and it's very exclusive, and that's why I started documenting it, because it is that exclusive and it is abnormal. Not only that, but the duration of time as I became aware of it. And so with regard to the bigger picture, the entity, the condition of an entity that is placing you under surveillance, and that's the significance of that very environment as I'm showing it to you inside of the Lewis Library. That is revealing of what is literally the very plain evidence, and it is right in your face, and you're talking about what is literally the confession while they're all dancing around in that direct light and doing so, which is what I captured. I mean, it's literally through the entirety of the library, from that back portion of the library, then shooting through the center up into the heights. That's all manner of impossible light, and that is the communication of a threat by the entity as well. That is, first of all, hostile while I'm revealing their condition, but also making a concession in doing so and displaying that light activity. It is a confession. That's exactly how it will be treated as well. That is a confession based, an implied confession based on the conduct. It is absolutely impossible, and it is speaking to what is the pattern of conduct, while you are also monitoring documentation of your criminal activity, not monitoring one who is ignorant of the fact that they are placed under surveillance by the entity. And it is speaking to what is that condition. This is demon possession while you are in that environment. This is criminal surveillance. That's why you are placed and surrounded by that environment, including those of that condition of demon possession. And so I just want to be clear with regard to what I'm focused on and what I am stressing. Demon possession is relevant to criminal conduct. This is not some sermon on the mount. Demon possession is relevant to criminal activity. And speaking of criminal activity, that's what the Fontana Police Department are engaging in.
at third-party facilitating venue, the 76, at the Harbor Freight Tools in that parking lot, sitting with their headlights aimed like every other demon. Just like you saw in the video, the Fontana police crossing path in that same demonic environment, and they are stalking in that parking lot, aiming light. And this is exactly what I documented law enforcement doing on reference my 2018 list of police encounters. That's the stalking activity by law enforcement that has been heavily documented. Stalking in the path, being present in parking lots, using their vehicles as light, aiming light toward me, appearing where I would be like on a back street, I'll park somewhere, and this is when I'm living in my car, and say I just pull out something and start eating. All of a sudden, a police officer is in the street in front of me, and they're aiming their lights toward me. And they remain there, stalking in the path, all right? Not saying anything, not getting out, but just present all the time, everywhere that I'm going. That's the stalking conduct by a demon-possessed population that is of that position, law enforcement. I just want to document that. That's Fontana Police. You saw them demonstrating their demon possession under the fake sun at Valencia this afternoon while I am inside of the library. And you see that fake sun while I am on the second floor where this demon is engaging in breastfeeding and engineered light. And you see all that impossible, that Star Trek light. That is a demonstration of demon possession while the Fontana Police Department crossed path, and I read that license plate. That it is indicative of not just that officer, that entire department, that agency is infected with that condition. By the way, their agency, that their station is right in relevant position to the Fontana Police Library. But I just want to be clear, the demon possessed, it's a population. There's no exception. All right, it's not like this one, not that one. No. It's an environment, and it is that broad, and it is speaking to that. It is indicative of that, and it is currently 9:23 p.m. This demon that's monitoring, license 8YCH315. This is the entity that's engaging in surveillance in bathrooms, as I just documented as well. That is the demon possessed. They're violent sex offenders. They are obsessed stalkers. They are engaging in what is paranoid levels and hovering stalking activity. License 4PJC681. And that is demonstrated. That's exactly what I've documented. It is currently 9:24 p.m. This is P.O.C. This is bus number 1329. It's 9:24 p.m. And I read the license plate, and I remain subject to the pattern of conduct that these are demons monitoring with the company Omnitrans, with the one operating this bus. Those sitting on this bus are also on surveillance cameras. They're monitoring together. It's P.O.C. (7EHK 106). You have demons molesting at third-party facilitating venue in and out. They're stalking at in and out by being in line, and those demons are touching with light because their headlights are not that vibrant into the windows of the bus. Those are demons manifesting light. They are group stalking at in and out on Sierra Avenue in Fontana. 76515S2. 6SNW266, 7KRP548, 8DRG369. And 7ZZR888, 8ZHH361, and like 8PMF617, 6SNW266. 8UJJ312, 8YLC076. Certified towing. I can't really see their license plate. It's currently, by the way, 9:48 p.m. Yeah, 8PMF617. 6VDJ066. That's 6VDJ064, excuse me. Let's see, 8UQH491, excuse me. 7JHP261. These are demons monitoring with the ones that get on the bus, and then they're patrolling in traffic. And remember, these are demons manifesting light, not headlights. They're stalking in the path using while doing so with directed light. We're currently at Haven and Inland Empire Boulevard. It's 9:57 p.m. WNR 706. 8VG. Oh no, I can't see that one. It's 10:01 p.m. United Rentals creating light activity at the 10 freeway that goes north of Archibald. And creating flashing light signage there. It's P.O.C. It's facilitation. And you have another demon that gets on the bus. This is for presence of crossing the path as I get up, like I was doing to read license plates through the windshield. This demon gets on the bus to maintain presence as I get up, which is what they're all doing. But this is why they get on and off. We're just talking about switching faces. And this one immediately gets on as present at the next best stop. And that's in order to maintain presence as I get up from my seat. It is 10:02 p.m. and that's on surveillance cameras. It's all on surveillance cameras. $8YSH 732. Alrighty. Ontario Police 98JL254 8MNC276 monitoring with Ontario Police is creating light activity at Frontier Delta, Alaska. This is where they're parked. This is Terminal 2. This is P.O.C. License 8YPE 853 5XHD 757. And I took an image of that. Ontario Police Vehicle 1837A, also in relevant position, monitoring. Bell Cab, license, well, I can't really see their license plate. 8NXB889. And it's currently 10:05 p.m. This is P.O.C. at the Ontario Airport, where the Ontario Police are engaging in federal stalking on the grounds of the state facilitating venue. This is the same venue where I'm showing you at after 8:30 in the morning, and 3 hours from that, during 11 o'clock hour coming from Pomona. And the entity is maintaining the fake sun over me. This is the pattern of conduct at nightfall. Directed light streaming through the center of the bus. Demons pacing on the bus in that directed light. Engaging in the pattern of conduct with the Ontario Police Department, including the company Omnitrans. This is the minion driving the bus. And doing so at what is, again, this is the Ontario Airport. It's currently 10:06 p.m. That is Ontario Airport, by the way, engaging in what is criminal summoning. License 8KBF 552. License 8COS 913 and 8MNC276. Stalking in the path in front of the bus on surveillance cameras as well. Light activity by the courtesy shuttle. That's facilitation. 8HZC472. We're going through what is Terminal 4 right now. Monitoring Bell Cap, license 16559G2, 00774M2. License plate of the shuttle is license 18249F3. They're monitoring at the grounds of the airport. License 8NX88. I'm sorry, license 8NXB889. In case I did not read that one already. And license, I read that one. License plate looks like CB31164. And the CB are little letters. The regular size characters are 31164. Looks like an Audi SUV. It's black. I don't know if that's some sort of military license plate. I don't know what it is, but they're a demon driving that vehicle, and they're engaged in state surveillance on behalf of the state. It's 10:09 p.m. And this is Ontario Airport, P.O.C. $8DMJ030. 8BHE 954. I believe that's a commercial vehicle. It says PCI, parking. I don't know what the C and the I stands for, but it's PCI is the acronym. the logo on their vehicle. XNR390. Light activity at S.I.I.S have maintaining flickering light on their property. It's a method of light activity creations facilitation. It's 10:14 p.m. Okay, that is license 1404973 bus 1329, arriving at Ontario at Lemon and Hall at 10:18 p.m. That is audible activity created by Metro 102 apartments. That's audible activity and engineered light while they are present on behalf of the state in relevant position. That's the people of the state. It's bad music, but it's audible activity. Understand that. So you're paying attention to the elements. It is 10:18 p.m. The people of the state stalking in relevant position, and this demon that is creating this bad music. Let me be clear. It's demonic activity. So let me define what is demonic activity. You're talking about not ghouls and goblins and ghosts floating around, levitating, which you can see. Spirits are present and you cannot see them. You are able to perceive their presence, though, through the environment that you can see and hear, okay, and feel. This is demonic activity while Metro 102, the guise under which is, this is a demon who's cannot hold a tune, is singing, though, nonetheless. It is audible activity. It's occurring in directed light. That is demonic, okay? That which you can see, the light activity. Second of all, it is amplified. While I'm on the grounds of the museum, this ongoing music is still heard. You're not going to be able to hear the stereo and the singing. That's a method of amplification. It is just a different method of the same tool of audible activity. And I'm also capturing what is a demon that is stalking the path. This is the people of the state. All right, and this is a male that's walking in relevant position in front of me at the sidewalk, all right, and doing so in directed light. The male that you saw sitting in front of me at the museum this morning in directed light, stalking. The people of the state are engaged in ongoing, incessant, obsessive, demented, psychopath level stalking, okay? And they're doing so in a specific environment. And that bad singing that you hear, this music that you hear, it's coming from third party. It's attributed to the people of the state at third party facilitating venue Metro 102. And you are, which is an apartment complex. And that is amplification while I continue walking, and that music is ongoing activity creation. It's amplification. That is what is demonic. That is how you're understanding what is demonic activity. Not the fact that it's Lauryn Hill. Not the fact that the minion can't hold a tune. It's demonic based on what is the character of what it is that you are perceiving, the environment that it is occurring in, okay? So anyways, currently 10:22 p.m. This is P.O.C. I'm at the Ontario Museum of History and Arts. Criminal summoning by these demons driving around in emergency vehicles. This would be seen on the traffic cameras at Euclid and Holt Boulevard. They immediately stop the sirens once I press record on the phone screen. All right, this is the P.O.C. This is audible activity while these demons are literally just sitting around. I have an ongoing audience. The audience is demon possessed. The audience is literally the government that is acting directly and vicariously, and this is a criminal act of what is criminal summoning by the entity sounding sirens, doing so while they're monitoring what I'm doing on the internet, and crossing path at the intersection of Euclid and Holt, which is also going to be on traffic cameras. It's 10:56 p.m. This is P.O.C.